Hello everyone, I'm MVL and welcome to the Curse of Strahd, customized D&D campaign played on Roll20, and we're back and we're ready for action. After a few quick announcements. First off, if you didn't catch the one-shot Death House, check that out on the channel. It was a ton of fun and it's part of the story, including some potential alternate player characters if the worst should happen to any of us. That's all sorted out. So next up, depending on how you're watching this, the format change. Yes, indeed. As I don't have a ton of critters at my disposal, and I, yeah, we're going to move to Premiere Videos. It's a relatively new feature on YouTube. I think it's perfect for this content. Previously, I would be dividing my attention between the game and live chat. This way I can focus my thoughts entirely on role-playing throughout the game, and then I'm with you guys all the way in the chat when it comes to the premiere. So that's the best of both worlds. I think it's going to be awesome. And then depending on when we premiere, there may be some other players in the conversation too, so we can answer your questions like what is Dungeons and Dragons. We get asked that a lot, and give you some info on our characters and details of the story. Other than that, there's no change in how we're presenting this. It'll be the same show you enjoy, recorded live as we do it. In fact, this campaign, Panther will be streaming live on Mixer. And with that said,
right now,
exactly.
in the past for everyone watching this on YouTube,
let's move over to once more the Journeying Monkey for this epic adventure in the land of Barovia. Take it away, Journeying.
Thank you. Previously in Curse of Strahd, as everyone described, our heroes were trapped in the mist-covered land of Barovia, ruled by the cruel vampire known as Strahd von Zarovich. He had previously sought his eyes after the daughter of the burgomaster of the village of Barovia, it's separate from the land, it's complicated, who... the daughter of the burgomaster, Irene Kolyana, who he had taken a fancy to. Our group agreed to escort her to Vallaki and managed to smuggle her safely into its walls and into a church where, in theory, Strahd can't get to her. However, that secret has been slipped out through a combination of mind-reading powers and Ward pissing Strahd off one too many times. In the meantime... with some friends of our heroes planning to escort her to safety elsewhere, our heroes decided to head to a location known as Arcophagus, a house that once belonged to an order of paladins, which is supposedly, according to a card reading fortune, contains a mystical sword that should be able to harm Strahd. However, their journey was a bit perilous, as they ran into a group of Vistani, a race of wandering travelers who, out of nowhere, they were originally being cozy with them. Then it turns out that they were laying an ambush for you. Unfortunately, said ambush, it turned out to be a bit complicated because they were in turn ambushed by a bunch of revenants who also then attacked you, and long story short, the battle became a chaotic mess through which our party barely scraped through. Luckily, they received aid from another Vistani, this time one from outside of Barovia, Esmeralda, a professional monster hunter who managed to fill our heroes in on some details and also gave them a scroll of a remove curse scroll, which should be able to help Lily, Seth's wife, from her bout of lycanthropy. However, for the moment, the group decided not to use it right away, as he turned into a werewolf may be the only way she can defend herself right now, and she has many, many reasons for wanting to kill Strahd as well. And with that, the last thing before we closed our session was the group finally arriving at Arcophagus, which, allow me to read the description again. High above the river valley, juts a quiet promontory upon which looms a sepulchral mansion, its turrets capped with fairy tale cones, its towers lined with sculpted battlements. A third of the structure has collapsed, as has part of the roof, but the rest remains intact. A dark octagonal tower rises above the surrounding architecture. Out of the fog comes a distant peal of thunder, quickly accompanied by the howling of wolves in the woods. But the house stands seeming like a fossilized remains of some long-dead thing smot upon the mountainside. And as you pull closer towards it, before you decide to make a rest, you notice the first thing that strikes you as you enter the main grounds is a dragon statue, perched atop a 10-foot tall, 10-foot wide cube of granite. The dragon itself is covered in moss, and its wings are tucked into its body, looking east towards the mansion. Now,
I attack it. I'm just joking. I don't attack it.
I was going to say, you sure? Because I was going to say, I know some of you are banged up, but so do you want to rest first, or do you want to head straight inside?
I was gonna suggest that we take a long rest here, because we used a ton of spells last time. Also, I'm typing like a madman.
Where would we be resting though? Like outside this place we've just gone to? You know, maybe we should just go inside. It's probably dangerous, but outside the main grounds, it seems a bit crazy as well.
We can maybe backtrack a little bit.
Yeah, that seems advisable. If we find a little way away, that would be best, I think.
I mean, camping on their front lawn is just so crazy. You know, they wouldn't expect it. See it coming.
Psychological warfare.
Psychological warfare.
Oh.
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
And that's the end of the show, everybody.
Thank you for those who joined the premiere.
Alright.
I ruined everything for everyone, which is the place in which I belong.
With that said, let's take a rest if we can, because I'm very injured. Like, I took a bit of a kicking.
Okay. So the group decides to back up a little further down the road, just so that the mansion is inside, but not so that they're quite out in the open, using some of the tree lines for cover. And yeah, you all go ahead and take a long rest. Two things I am going to, as the night rolls on, two things happen. First off, just to do a bit of house cleaning from last time, Seth, you and Lily decide that you two are going to share your watch, and whilst you're sitting through what is pretty much a quiet night, which is actually kind of rare in Barovia, but you take the opportunity to think about your fighting style, and you suddenly think that your father's teachings were good, but maybe you want to experiment a little to enhance them. So you spend a good chunk of your watch experimenting. You try different stances. You try mimicking the flurries of action you sometimes see Jean do, or some of the breathing techniques that are said to give fighters a second wind. It's a bit rough. It's not quite perfected yet, but you feel that if you keep your eyes open and yeah, sure, the eye of the tiger plays in the background.
But for copyright reasons, it doesn't. Just imagine it.
Yes. So for the moment, it's a bit rough. You're just going to keep an eye on everyone's fighting techniques, both yours and your enemies, and take the best bits so that you can improve your fighting style as you go. The second, sleep comes well to most of you, and unfortunately it's not really peaceful given the dark, twisted nature of Barovia, but one person in particular has a bit of a dark night. Jean, as you're sleeping, you suddenly you're not 100% sure when it happens. It's but you suddenly find yourself not recalling how you got there in the middle of battle. You are slashing down these mysterious shadowy figures one after another, till eventually they're just a pile of bodies on the floor or in front of you. You don't really feel or see anything except for this mysterious black rain that's hitting down and striking you from all sides. As you're hit, as you just sit there, taking in the silence of the moment, you suddenly hear a voice behind you. What made you feel you had the right to do that, Jean-Gaspard de Valier? You turn around behind you, and strangely, the scene seems to shift as you do so. You see a bunch of shady, shadowy figures, but whilst you can't see their details, you instantly recognize them from their body language and the way they appear to be dressed. They are members of the High Court, the Council of Knights. They all step over to you and go, "You had no right to take their lives. It was what made you think you could go so far away from them?"
Okay, so surrounded by the Council of Knights, evidently recognizing a moment in his past, Jean will reply, "I had a lapse in attention, and as far as what I did, I exacted justice. Nothing more."
Justice? You called that massive slaughter justice?
You weren't there. Had you been in my position, you would call it justice.
But was it really justice, though? A new voice occurs, and you turn around, but this time the scene shifts. And your back surrounded by the bodies, but on top of them, shadowy childlike figures are standing on top of them, staring boldly at you. And they go, "Was it really justice? Or were you just angry?"
I remain silent. I'm assuming standing in the middle of the field, I'm standing sword in hand, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'll just, under the scrutiny of these new figures, just sort of brought back to a memory, I'll just stand watching my sword, silent.
You do so. And now the shadows of the children continue to multiply, and they continue to pester you with questions. Is it really justice? Is it for the greater good? Or are you trying to make up for failure? The one you failed won't come back, no matter how many you kill.
Just continually looking at my sword and listening to their egging on, I guess I would call it. Very quietly, I'll say, "What else is there for me to do? What more purpose do I have? Can I find but to fight?"
At this, the children all start strangely giggling. And they all go, "And how long until someone exacts you in the name of justice? Eh?" He just keeps fighting and fighting and fighting, hoping that somehow it's all worth it. That he can be a hero someday, rather than a failure.
glancing up, not not in anger, but as if just as a counterpoint, Jean will regard the shadows of children and say, "Not for my sake, for his. How can I be a hero for him? And who are you to judge me, if you cannot even offer me an answer? Who is anyone to judge me, if they cannot offer me an answer?"
At this, the children all start giggling. The giggling gets louder and louder and louder until finally you snap awake. You find yourself in the middle of the forest once more. It seems to be quiet, and everyone else is slowly rousing to them. It's not exactly morning light, but you can tell that it's close to morning at this point. You've kind of accepted the closest you're going to get to morning light at this stage.
Okay,
And once
so,
again, you find yourself... Sorry.
So my question is everyone else awake?
I would say yes, everyone's slowly starting to rise at this point.
Okay. I'm gonna say, like, sort of in a fugue, not recognizing that someone might hear him, Jean's gonna look up at the sky and say, "Another night, Frere. Is this where I finally find it, Gabriel?"
It's everyone else is rousing. You can make me perception checks if you wish.
Sure.
If it makes you feel better, I'll say disadvantage, but never mind.
You say disadvantage.
I'll say Maldraff and Seth didn't quite hear it. Ward, you heard it. You can use that information. How
Ward just hands him something alcoholic and sits down whilst everyone's getting ready.
My bro.
That was awkward.
I imagine we do that in character a lot more smoothly.
Yeah.
In character, it's a very touching moment.
Yeah, that looked cool to everyone else, sure.
Okay, you find
So
yourself...
I'm gonna have my morning pick-me-up.
Okay. Anything else anyone else wants to do before you enter Devos Tools as you stand outside its walls?
That full rest, we get our HP back?
Yep, full rest. Everyone gets their HP back, and you guys all handle the level up off screen, so we don't need to sort that.
My health is wrong on this, I've just corrected it.
So, what are we trying to... Do we have a plan? Do we know what those things were? They were from that house, right? Yesterday, from the battle?
So it would seem, at least.
Clarification, what level are we supposed to be now? 7?
6.
6,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm the
Although,
right level, then.
good try, Maldraff, I like your thinking.
Because I don't remember anyone saying something about a level up. It's like, oh shit, did they talk that about me? Oh my god.
Huh, my Mythweaver's sheet still says 5. Nah, I'm sure I did this.
Okay, well, yeah, you should have upped.
I'm pretty...
I
know what it is. Again, keep going. Never mind me.
Fair enough. Okay.
I confess there's, been a lot piling on my mind. Not exactly thinking straight. And to be honest, I was just intending to whack whatever we came in front of.
I think as far as plans goes, that tends to be our plan.
I would advise being on the lookout for traps. This place, well, it seems the sort that would have them.
Well,
if it is the thing from the cards, then I mean, they did say, what was it? Power that is once good power, now corrupted? Something like that? So they're probably not gonna just let us talk to them.
Yeah, doesn't power corrupt everyone? If we have to take it, we will. With that in mind.
Beyond that, I merely advise that we all be on our guard. That those things we fought, they were hearty, to say the least.
Yeah, I'm still feeling it. But I'm good to go. I don't like the look of that statue, though. On the outside of the grounds.
But perhaps save your eye for when we've finished, Ward.
Can I inspect the statue? It seems a bit wrong to my eye.
Yep, sure, go ahead.
Pretty sure my inspection thing is rubbish, but the investigation. Oh well, yeah, it looks fine.
It looks like it was an impressive dragon statue in its time. It's shame the moss kind of makes it look weaker.
I was more going for the fact that it seems to be facing the wrong way. It's facing towards the doors and not towards the road. Seems a bit odd.
Yeah, I don't like the look of it. I kind of want to smash it. But I like smashing stuff. I'm good at it.
Keep in mind it's 10 foot up, so you would probably have to take a leap at it.
Smashing
Yeah.
rocks, that's good. Smashing
Better at-
people, that's
better at-
good.
Better at smashing than thinking. Yeah, as we're all on the outside, Ward will come near it and inspect it.
Sure, go ahead.
So,
It's probably just a statue.
yeah,
But I'm
we've
just not
walked
gonna-
we've walked into every trap though. I'll have a look at it. It probably is just a statue,
Okay.
and we're looking really silly.
Alrighty,
Oh, well.
make me an
I mean, at
investigation
least
roll.
we're not checking underneath each fireplace.
True.
That's a smart move from another character.
He's just there staring at his boots. It's like he's any minute he's gonna do it.
Investigation
than
is lower than perception. That's why I was checking.
Fair enough. You take a long look at the statue. It's well carved. It has some strange writing on it. Too out of the ordinary. It might have been just some weird motto. You don't know. You don't have to pay attention to this kind of thing.
What language is the writing?
I would. The question is, would Ward know it? Ward, make me a knowledge
Well,
roll.
I'm also looking at like the writing because I mean that I'm guessing that sticks out. It's usually like a plinth.
Okay, in that case, both of you make me knowledge rolls.
Just knowledge, like intelligence or
Yeah, just straight intelligence rolls.
history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight D20 for me.
Yeah. Ward,
Not bad for the first roll of
What do
the
you have-
year.
I know.
Ward, you don't really know what it is. Kildren, it takes you a while staring at it because you it's a bit faded over time, but you kind of realize that it's not actually writing at all, but more like arcane symbols of some kind.
Oh, I don't understand any of this.
Yeah,
You've recognized it from some sorcerers and spells that have used it. You don't know what it actually means, though.
Cool. Cool.
oh boy, magic. I don't like magic. Ugh. It's fine. Everyone go back. I'll set it off. Don't worry about it.
You can poke it with a stick. Okay.
Yeah. Ward just kind of runs
Anyone
in
got a
front of
mage
it
hand?
and jumps up and down.
It's probably gonna activate once we're on the steps or something. If it is gonna activate, I still say it's a statue.
Funnily enough, when you jump in front of it, you wave. Nothing happens so far. You just get a cold glare from the statue, if anything anything. Like you're not
Is
getting
it-
any reaction whatsoever.
Is it stony silence?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Stones fall, everyone dies.
Out of a cold shoulder, I'll tell you.
If it does animate, I'm sure it has a gravelly voice.
Alright. Oh dear.
Man, we're off to a rocky start.
Oh my goodness.
Suddenly, the entire party explodes spontaneously.
And the glitter.
Right, yeah, with that said, it's either not a trap, or it is sentient and it's stupid. So we're good. I'm just gonna walk inside. Walk towards the door.
I'll follow him. Let's rock and roll.
I'll like skirt around
Okay.
the sides, the corners.
I'm
Okay,
It's just
going
some people
to,
inside,
uh,
like, hey, look at these guys messing with our statue.
And just so it's known, I'm going to tether Andre to this post.
Also-
Lol, they think it is alive. How stupid.
I will
I've seen
keep.
it-
I'll keep looking back at it though.
As you step inside, the flagstone steps flanked by stone railings climb onto a landing in front of tall wooden doors with rusted iron bars and knockers shaped like small dragons. Carved in the lintel above the entrance is the word Devos Tools. And as Ward and Jean step forward, make me dexterity saving.
I would like to apply human determination for advantage.
Sure, go ahead. Let me just find the right music.
21.
Okay, Okay, no, that's not it.
Is danger
Sorry, the wrong
sense?
music.
Is danger
as you,
sense still a
step-
thing for barbarians? I don't think it is. No, don't worry.
As you step on the second step, it clicks downwards, and Jean, you instantly hear that sound and dive out of the way. Ward, you're still a little bit confused. You turn as the dragon's wings slowly opened with the grinding of
I
stone and
stand
moss.
corrected.
Its eyes give a small, cold flash. Its jaw slowly up to a... You suddenly feel a burst of chilly wind. It's really cold and uncomfortable, but not actually doing any damage. You see that the dragon's blasting air out of its mouth, but it's not actually doing anything. It's just really cold and chilly to stand in. Like, you get shivers, but that's about it.
Yeah, this is that dragon sighing at all the crap we just said.
I look up from the ground and just sort of say, "You okay up there?"
Yeah, I'm just too buff, it didn't hurt me.
And
But
I
seriously,
stand up.
everything here's old. It probably did work at some point, but it's just too old, I guess.
As if almost in response to that, the dragon statue closes its mouth, and the anticlimactic cold fan air just disappears.
Comedic timing.
I'm casting the armor of Agathis on myself.
You cast a spell, and icy, cold, frosty shimmer flies all down on your body. Get right in
Darkness, because it's the,
Oh,
it's
right,
the
right.
God flavored one.
Miasma armor. Yeah,
Yeah.
miasma armor. That's what. Yes, you. In that case, this strange oily black substance like oils and spirals around you, kind of like a superhero movie that has sort of come out, but it's copyrighted. So anyway.
I was just about to say you need to like just brush your hair down just so it covers one eye.
And with that, everyone steps in. Some of you do set it off again as you step inside, clicking, but each time the dragon opens his mouth, blast of chilly air, and then just closes it up again.
Ward tries to resist that kind of childlike thing where you just keep setting it off.
I totally wasted my daily advantage. I'm so annoyed.
Not wasted. It could have been bad. You never know. Like,
that's the cruelty of a DM. I did want to say it's not worth it, but that would give it away. So
exactly.
On the plus side, we found out why I was facing the doors.
It was a trap.
All right. Anyone wanna? I don't know. Check the doors for traps. It's not really my area.
Honestly, after that, I'm just gonna prod the door open with my lance.
I mean, I can just look at it.
Yeah.
You give it a poke with the lance. The door, it's a very steady thing, so it only moves slightly, but nothing's set off.
Fair enough.
Okay, I guess. Don't worry about it. I'll stick my big stupid head in there, and if something cuts it off, you know it's bad. Ward'll stick his head through the door.
You give it the door a bit of a shove and step inside. Nothing seems to
I won't
be
step
happening.
aside. I'll just.
The door is safe, at least.
I won't stick my
It
head.
looks like they were kind of relying on the dragon statue for the entrance.
Okay, I was gonna say I'll just stick my head in, but don't worry about it. If it's safe, it's safe.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't have moved you forward if it was actually a trap, don't worry. You step inside. The room feels like a king's tomb. A grand staircase leads up to stone balconies held aloft by stone pillars and arches. A tall, faded tapestry depicting a nobleman in silver armor hangs from an iron rod along the staircase landing. 6 sets of double doors lead from this foyer. Along the walls, displayed on marble pedestals, are 3 alabaster busts of handsome men. A 4th bust and its pedestal have been knocked over, and their shattered remains lie strewn across the mosaic floor. 2 chandeliers of wrought iron hang from the ceiling like monstrous black spiders.
That's an interesting description.
Yeah. Okay. Any stones? Any stones around? You know what? I probably got something I can throw up there.
Are these chandeliers hanging sort of in a central, on the same axis as the door?
Yeah, around the center of the ceiling, yeah.
Also, is Lily coming?
Oh, yes.
Or do we want her? Do we want her to guard our rear?
It's a good question. Maybe
your choice.
there's too many puns and she left. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I feel better with her around, because at least then we know nothing untoward is going to happen to her as well.
I wholeheartedly agree. There's nothing worse than leaving an NPC out of an area and then returning to discover they're dead or someone's captured them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll pass on that one, I think.
Okay. So Lily steps inside with you, and in answer to your question, down this corner here, there's the bust has been knocked over and is shattered, so you could probably pick up a bit of that if you wanted to throw something.
Yeah, I'll just pick up a big piece of rock, chuck it at it, see what happens.
Chuck it at what, sorry?
Chuck it at the things up top that look like spiders.
Oh, the chandeliers, right.
Yes.
Okay. You throw it, and the chandelier goes...
Okay, so you're just very tasteless chandeliers.
Basically, yeah.
Well, I feel a little better about that. If there's traps outside, there'll be traps inside. Probably, I guess.
A likely bet. Now, before we advance too far, I would at least feel safer if we secure this floor before we do anything else.
Alright. Let's all split up and get killed. I will go to the far end and check that area. You go down that dark, mysterious corridor and
I think for now it's better if we do this one by one as a unit. I'm just gonna stick close to Ward and Keldrin, my in-group brochachos.
Okay. All right. So
Guess perception
that's what-
checks.
yeah, perception or investigation. It's entirely up to you.
My perception is better, so I will look and not investigate.
Likewise. Natural one.
Just FYI, my passive is 14.
Okay, fair enough.
Also not great.
Okay. Jean, you're incredibly distracted. Partially, the dream has made you a little bit tired, and also trying to calm Ward's paranoia a little bit. The rest of you make a quick investigation to see that the room itself seems to be perfectly safe, like more cold and empty. Fair enough. It just seems to be cold and empty, and a lot of its treasures. The busts are the only thing that remain intact, aside from the one on the floor. Everything else seems to have been left withered. Like, even the tapestry that hangs on there, it's not been left in very good condition. It's dusty, there are little tears in it. It looks like this place has been abandoned for a really, really long. Really, no one's bothered to maintain any form of upkeep.
I would like to try and turn that tapestry into a cloak.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a strength roll.
Yep.
What's on the tapestry? What does it depict again?
The tapestry, it depicts a let's double check. Yeah, it depicts a nobleman in silver armor, and yeah, you tug it and then give it a full tug, including the iron bar it was attached to, just comes down.
And you are enfolded in a cloud of dust.
So now you have a long tapestry with a nobleman's silver armor on it, which could do a bit of sewing, but if you want to use it as a cloak, that's fine.
Yeah. I can't wait for it to get caught in something and for me to just... Oh my goodness. Anyway. Yeah, that'll
No
do.
capes.
Okay, let's say we investigate this area up to the north first, like this way.
Okay.
Just go like in a clockwise fashion.
Yeah,
Fair
it works for me. Are we
I'm
handling doors? Because I could knock on the door, I could break it down, or just stick one person through, or...
While
I
I'm talking
just-
about this, I would like to check out these busts.
Okay, fair enough. You have a look at them all. They all seem to depict. They seem to be the busts of various handsome men. You probably guess. You don't really know if it's an accurate depiction of anyone. It seems that some of it has been a bit stylized, like everything's been a bit perfected, like the miraculous sculpture and everything. Like every detail is just too perfect.
But they are
It's
different
not-
people.
They are different people, yes. It's not really anyone you would recognize. You gather it's probably based on the history in this area rather than the wider role.
Right. And as for Ward's question, I'll just I'll captain this part of the operation because he's offered his body up to science twice now. I would like to invest.
Game-wise, Ward has the most HP, so he can soak the most if he goes through a door, and we don't have a rogue. That's a big problem. So, yeah.
True. We do have a ranger, but no thieves' tools. I'll do an investigation check on this door, and then if all checks out, I'll poke it open with my sword.
Okay
Do
then.
it.
Natural 17, that's better.
It seems to be an ordinary door. You look around, you don't see any signs like wires or catches or anything that could trigger any kind of trap.
Cool. I poke it open with my sword and go in.
Thankfully, nothing happens when you poke it. It just goes, just even swings open. It's a less sturdier door than the others. As you step inside, you see. Give me a second to scroll down. Its wooden painted den has been ransacked. Its furnishings tossed about. A cool dark half dominates the west wall between two narrow windows. Standing upright against the north wall is a sarcophagus made of black wood with a queen's effigy carved into its lid.
This can
Wow.
only be good.
Okay, is the
Backing back out of
sarcophagus
the room.
closed? Is the sarcophagus open or closed?
It's closed at the moment.
Okay, alright. I'm just gonna casually light a torch and throw it into the sarcophagus.
But it's closed, so you kind
Okay.
of just bat off the side.
Actually, I'm just gonna light a torch and set it on the sarcophagus and watch it burn.
What?
Okay, then.
That's desecrating. Okay, whatever.
It's, yeah.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
Maldrat's gonna have something to say about, just desecrating coffins and shit.
In
Say
this
something.
world, you can never be too safe.
Should we check what's in there before you open it up? With fire? I mean, Worst
Torch in
case
hand,
scenario.
I'll-
someone's been captured. They, for some reason, put them in that sarcophagus and you burn it.
Is it made of wood though, or is it stone?
Yeah, it won't.
It is definitely made of wood.
Right.
I'll-
That's another thing.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just sort of torch in hand, keep it at the ready, and investigate the sarcophagus. Worst comes to worst, we fight a vampire.
Yeah, I'd like
Okay.
to,
You said there's a queen's effigy on it. What exactly, as a non-native speaker, what is that? Is that like something specific?
It's like a queen symbol.
So it's like a seal,
Yes.
like the ones that swim in the ocean. No, I gotcha.
A
I'll
game that still has a plastic wrapper on it.
Yeah. Like an effigy, like an effigy is a tribute, so it's like a queen symbol or a queen stylization carved in front of it as tribute.
All right, cool. Thanks.
Okay, I'll
I have learned
crack.
something today.
The more you know. I'll crack the sarcophagus open and hope nothing terrible happens to me.
Okay, you know, obviously, holding the torch back, pull it aside and goes. And as you open it up, you raise an eyebrow. Someone has taken this sarcophagus and turned it into a drinks cabinet.
I'm
You
so
see that thing
glad we
yourself?
didn't burn it.
That's so goth. Is this Talison's house? Taliesin Jackie?
Yeah, you open it up. There's only sadly the bottles are empty and there's just a bunch of wine glasses. But yeah, someone had the idea of converting this into a drinks cabinet.
Fair enough.
I will
I'm
check
gonna
them for
take-
poison by drinking lots.
Again, empty.
I'm just gonna say over my shoulder. I fear you'll have to live in disappointment. Someone's already finished these off. I say as I take a wine glass as a souvenir. Because
Initiative.
Okay, roll off to see who gets the glass. See, John would have been there ahead of you, so.
10. 4.
Ah,
John was
no.
already there. He gets the wine glasses and swipes it.
Most important role of the game. Damn.
Now I have a wine glass because I am French.
I will peek out of the window to see if anything's happening outside.
You take
Too cool.
a look outside. Everything appears to be the same as it was before. The mist continues to swell onwards. Andre somehow looks dignified and elegant despite being tied to a post. So
Such a good boy. Such a good boy.
My glorious horse. I would like to poke open the next
Anything else
door
you-
with my sword and go in.
okay, you poke open the door and
In-game, Ward is drinking for just a moment. MVL will be right back, but keep going.
okay. As you step inside, the door itself, again, nothing happens. It just goes and swings open. And I'm just going to move you inside just so you can see the room. Inside, the tattered velvet drapes cover the whole. The tattered velvet drapes cover the tall, slender windows that encircle this parlor. The furnishings are covered with dust and cobwebs and lie in disarray. A damaged brass chandelier hangs from the ceiling, which is covered with a faded mural that depicts metallic dragons and colorful birds flying beneath the clouds.
Oh my god, it's almost like this is a shrine to Bahamut. I'm so happy. Are there any, like, drawers or such that I can look through for useful stuff?
Sadly, unfortunately, everything seems to have been smashed and destroyed. In fact, you know what? Just give me an investigation check.
Cool. Natural 18.
Yeah, unfortunately, as you look around, it's starting to look smashed. And as you look at all the furniture, this place was raided ages ago. So, unfortunately, you gather that most of the valuables, anything that's been left behind here, it was probably deemed not worth a lot by whoever the looters were. So, the tapestry itself has been left, but nothing else.
I blame Strahd. Okay.
Can we determine what these looters were? Like, is it regular, like, weapon damage, or...
I'll say with that investigation check, you see it as regular weapons damage. There were no claw marks or anything hitting supernatural or magic use. It just appears to be a bunch of people with weapons charged in, smashed everything up, stole what they could, and then left.
Fair enough. I'll because I rolled the check, I'll just say, seems someone didn't like this place too much. Well, shall we go back?
Already out.
Is there a door
Alrighty.
next to this one, or is that a window?
Let me just double check that. I believe yes. That. Let's see. Yes, that is a door. You can check that if you wish.
I would like to check that cautiously.
Okay. You cautiously push open the door, step through. It appears to be a bunch of stairs which lead to an iron gate. It seems to be like it's another way outside, but it closes off a 10-foot archway. It looks like it was another way to get outside, but unfortunately, the door itself appears to be the iron gate appears to be locked, and with the full-on padlock, doesn't seem like you can get by it now. Not without actually trying to test the lock or break it down.
I can't help but notice a door on the other end of the thing. Can I do a perception check?
Yeah, you can travel across there to it as well if you wish.
Okey-dokey. Just in case of traps. I'm not sure if perception will do it, but...
Okay, I'll save you a perception check this time and say that it is just a stairway that goes up and goes down. Like, you cautiously test every step, but none of them click down this time.
And then cautiously opening this door as well.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Okay.
We're up here.
Yeah. Okay, so stepping inside here, as I've explained to the
North,
as I've explained to the others,
and then to the east.
Yeah. So, to fill you in on what everyone else is covered, the room behind here was raided by looters, and sadly, there's nothing of value. This leads to an alternate entrance to the outside, but it's blocked by an iron gate that you would either have to pick the lock or smash it down. And everyone else is investigating the room over here.
Okay.
And Maldrath, as you cautiously open to it, tattered brown drapes cover the windows of this circular room, and a heavy curtain hangs across an archway to the south. Strewn across the floor is the wreckage of half a dozen beds and other pieces of furniture.
Strange to smash up beds.
I'm taking the time to look outside again.
once again, you see a lot of mist covering the area, but not much else.
Unusual quantities for this country, or just mist? Regular Barovia?
Just regular Barovia mist at this point.
Cool.
Is there any other sound coming from anywhere in the house?
Make me a perception check with disadvantage.
Oh.
You take a moment to sit down and listen, trying to think, okay, is there any sounds of life in this house? At which point, Ward barges through the door and said, sorry about that! And completely throws off the distraction.
Definitely a ward here.
To drink. I'm pretty proud of it. What you want to know, Seth?
Well,
Could I
well,
do a
this
perception
is-
check of this room?
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Have a look around. You can see, unfortunately, the beds seem to be smashed in the same way as the wreckage. Taking a vague glance out of one of the windows, pushing aside, you see, through the mist, a couple of graves are in the outside area to this direction. As if there was like a small cemetery at the back here, but you can't figure out much else.
Am I aware that one of the graves seems to be open or freshly?
I'll
Not quite
say
justified?
with that check, you can't tell from this distance, partially because of the mist and the window being quite faded and covered in moss. You can tell the graves are there. You don't know what condition they're in.
Okay.
Hey,
And so, what do you guys want to do from here?
Valjaff.
I would like to press push to talk. I would like to do a perception check as well, but on the room that I'm looking into right now.
Okay.
Valjaff, what are you
Not
staring at?
persuasion.
Just graves,
Natural
Yeah.
20.
misty graves.
That's your thing, though, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
You carefully peer around the curtain, and you see straight into the next room, which appears to be a kitchen of some kind. And with that, I'll also, it looks like it's been plundered. Its tables have been overturned. The room is littered with with rusted utensils and smashed crockery. Narrow windows flanking a hearth look over a cemetery. An iron pot hangs from a hook inside a blackened fireplace. It rattles. And as you look around, you notice that the pot itself is sort of shaking and rattling. There's like a.
Oh,
Max out.
boy. I'm just gonna look at that like,
It's either just a rat or it's our worst nightmares. Whatever it is, it'll be fine.
it's a pot-shaped mimic.
I think it's right, because my nightmares wouldn't fit in that pot. It's good.
Yeah, I mean, we really need to find some cheese to go with that wine, so it's worth the risk. I'm gonna go open up the thing.
I love how War's just so into this wine, just despite the fact that all the bottles were empty. He's just got this delusion of wine.
You step forward towards the pot. You take a moment as it still rattles around inside, seeming to rattle even more as you pull hands on it. Then you throw it aside with a swift movement, revealing a bat.
Oh man, yeah.
Which then starts flying around the room in a complete panic as it just.
Oh, no. Can I try an animal handling? Can I try and calm it down?
It could be a vampire.
Sure.
I was just thinking, how does a bat get into a pot? It's got
Well,
no
if there
thumbs.
was, and why was it rattling? But anyway, Keldrin's not thinking of that. I'm
Wait.
gonna try an animal handling.
Didn't I have bat kebabs earlier?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
you
nice.
ate him.
Yeah, but
Frankly, you The bat is flying around, but you're able to you make a sign that tell everyone to just be quiet and still for a moment. The bat continuously flies around, making screaming noises, and you gather that it's just seeing whatever it is. You then calmly but cautiously pull the curtain back a bit. The bat then flies through the curtain into this room. You push the door open slightly, and the bat press the wrong button. The bat then flies through the door through a gap in the iron gates and out into the night.
Is it night? Oh no.
Oh, sorry, out into the mist. Sorry.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it is
Bit
eternal
better.
night, basically, but still, you freed the bat.
That's one vampire that's gonna owe me a favor.
Vampire trapped in a pot. I would like to note this all going on, and just because I'm sort of keeping an ear out for sounds, I'll just give Keldrin a.
I'm gonna make a hunt for cheese.
I'll do an investigation.
You know what? Make me an investigation check. Why not?
I will, because I'm French, and I'm a gourmand.
You have advantage. Oh jeez. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
13.
You both make investigation checks. Sadly, the best you find are a couple of lumps of mold. You don't even know if it was cheese originally, but
I'll
this
eat the
kitchen
mold.
hasn't been treated for a very long time.
Oh God, what?
Maybe a constitution saving throw. No, I'm
Yeah.
joking.
I figure
It just
Ward,
tastes really.
Ward is eating worse stuff than that.
Oh,
Yes,
I rolled
yes.
my con save, and it just tasted perfectly fine. I'm not-
It tastes pretty nasty, but what you've tasted worse.
Am I able to get a better view of the graves from this window? Can I tell what sort of condition they're in?
Still, make me a perception check.
That's better.
Yeah, from here you get a much wider yard, and yes, some of the graves appear to have been disturbed. There are still a few, but most of there's about, I want to say, 5 or 6 of them where the earth has been disturbed as if someone's dug at it recently. Whether it was digging them out, whether it was rose from the ground or up, you're not 100% sure.
So they're not actually open. I can just tell the earth's been disturbed.
Meldra?
Let
What
me
are
have
you
a look.
looking at?
Looking at them graves again.
I'll say so. And to answer your question, when I say disturbed, I mean actually sort of pushed apart as in the earth has been dug up. So.
Right, okay. Well then, could be interesting. Could be grave robbers, could be something more sinister. Probably both knowing our luck.
Are these windows to the outside, or are they doors?
These are windows. These 2 here are doors.
How big are the windows? Could it be a door if one makes it a door?
They're very narrow windows, unfortunately. So you could break it, but it would be tough trying to squeeze.
Ward is
He's out of
very, very big. He would never fit through. It's fine.
So yeah, which
No cheese, John. Want some mold?
I think I'll pass.
Not for me.
I would like to nudge this door open over here.
okay. You push the door open carefully, and you step inside too. Let me check this. You find 5 barrels lying along the wooden braces along the walls of this dark, moldy storage room. You
Barrels.
instantly figure that. Yes, both of you quickly figure out this used to be where the wine was stored.
It's vinegar by this point.
Red wine vinegar.
Do they have taps on them or anything?
I'll say this one does. The rest are just empty barrels. Well, the rest are just barrels, I should say.
See what's inside it.
Okay.
It's more bats.
More bats. Everything has bats in this place. It's every drawer we open. Oh, bat!
It's like those joke cans with the snakes, except it's bats.
Right.
One of the new toys in Blinsky's range.
Oh my goodness.
So when I can get a bat in the eye.
Well, I guess it could be a
But yeah.
bat situation.
Oh,
That was
The barrel comes off, rolls, and crushes you all. Okay. Seriously though, if you want to investigate the barrels, you can make me investigation or perception. Entirely up to you.
I'll investigate, but I imagine.
I will
Okay,
perceive
Ward's
because
got
it's
it.
better than my investigation.
I shall also perceive.
And continue this barrel of laughs.
Oh god.
You test the tap. Unfortunately, nothing comes out of it, especially
Oh,
after that pun.
karma.
So the so have a look at some of the other barrels. You start testing them, and as you move towards one of them, I will say that both you and Maldrath hear a kind of
Oh, so
noise inside the barrel.
sounds like a big one.
I'm at the window keeping an eye on the graveyard. I don't want us to.
Gonna
Yeah.
rat-a-tat-tat on it.
Uh,
I assume that you both let us know about this.
Yes.
you
Something's a knocking.
you knock on the barrel. Go ahead and make me another perception roll. I'll say with advantage this time since you're right up next to it.
Need that advantage.
Yeah. You hear the wood scraping as if something's moving about in it. Like...
Oh dear.
Oh, I should really just leave it alone, but I'm gonna break it open.
I'm gonna help him, like just pull the front off the barrel.
And I'm just going to stand to one side with my sword drawn.
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody ready in action?
Yep. Here comes the cheese golem.
It's fine. We'll eat it to death.
Do not give me ideas for my next monster in Age of Worms.
Alright, so we're doing like a advantage strength thing or something?
Yeah,
do an
who
advantage
should-
strength.
Who should have it? Because I have +5 strength.
I also have +5 strength, so it's either. Do you want to make one each?
Okay.
Yeah, make one each. Because in theory, you're doing different actions. Jean's trying to get the lid off, you're trying to smash it.
That was a save, so it would be 16.
Yeah. So, Ward, you bang against the top of the barrel trying to break it, and you hear something it's like, and as he's doing that, he manages to get the lid loose, allowing you, Jean, to grab and pull it out. And inside, you see a panicked dusk elf going, oh god!
Alright, I'll grab him. It's alright, we're not trying to get you!
I'm sorry I walked into your house! I'm sorry I walked into your house!
I have my sword out, and I do have my sword out, and for a second I'm prepared to attack something, and then this guy pops out, so I just sort of drop my blade to my side and say, I don't think he poses a threat. Exactly who are you?
Why are you in a barrel?
It's a good question. Why are you in a barrel?
You take another look at him, and you realize in blood as his arm and chest appears to be bleeding, and it just goes, "I was hiding. Who exactly are you people?"
It would take more time than I think you have. Keldrin?
Yeah, and
can
you know, I
help him?
think we're still working on a team name as well, so, yeah.
Just what were you
Oh,
hiding
shit. Did
from?
we have like a long conversation about this in
Yeah, we
chat?
did.
We never decided.
We decided, I think we out of character decided on the silver stakes.
I don't know, I'm still one vote up the Stars in the Darkness.
Well, that's
Okay.
like our subtitle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I posed that
Okay,
question
we can
to
sort this
Keldrin,
out.
so
we can sort this out later. In answer to Seth's question, the Dusk Elf looked at you and goes, initially, it was a bunch of weird tree-like creatures that were just wandering around in the forest. That was a few days ago, though. So I went in here, and then I noticed these undead people wandering around, so I figured find a barrel and just hide it there until at least this bleeding stopped.
Check of the insight variety. We didn't see any undead.
Maldrath, can you help
Okay,
with
go ahead.
that?
Yeah. So, how bad's he bleeding?
He's bleeding quite a lot, I would say. Like, it's not like it's not life-threatening. Like, it's not about to pass out or anything. But he is still in quite a lot of pain. He has been battered up quite a bit. And with your insights, you can see that he is telling the truth. He's been a little bit guarded. Ward, you realize that it's probably because, well, you still have him by the scruff of the neck, and
Yeah, that's,
he's
probably gonna worry him, right?
Well,
Out of
going by
character.
what we saw last time, if he dies, we're gonna have to burn his corpse.
Yeah,
Out
we
of
might have to
character,
burn you.
if you don't want to burn a spell on it, I've got bandages. We can just like fix them up.
Well, I've got like medicine and stuff. I was just wondering if I could, patch him up without burning a spell.
Yeah, let's let Maldrath experiment on him.
he looks wide-eyed at you until you take out the bandages, and when he kind of relaxes a little bit.
Ward will pull him real close, like face to face. Oh, a very important question for you. Sounds better, Stars in the Darkness or Silver Stakes?
He looks at you and goes, I have no context to this. The Star's name is good but a bit long. The Silver Stakes, well, none of you are wearing silver. Order the Silver Dragon made sense since, like, it was led by a silver dragon and everything, but...
Ward will drop him.
I'm paying attention.
Look!
I shall do some medicine on him to try and stop the bleeding.
I'll help.
Okay, maybe a
if
medicine
it gives
roll.
you advantage.
Yep,
Oh, nice.
I'll roll again in case I crit.
well, make it roll again anyway, yeah. Yeah.
26 is good.
Between the two of you, you managed to bandage him up pretty well. Elf is pretty grateful. Oh, I see he's lighted to his feet tonight. Thank you. At least now I can move him about now.
In my mind, you've just wrapped him up exactly like a mummy. Just like...
A lot of his body was beaten up, in fairness.
Yeah.
Go, by the way, since you've been asking me questions, I'd like to ask you one in return. Have you seen, like, a little Vistani girl around here? I live in the camp outside of Valaki. They told me to search around here, thinking she might have come this far, but I haven't seen her, so...
Oh, yeah, no worries. We saved her.
I'll add to that and say,
Wait, seriously?
as it happens, she had been taken by a certain unfortunate who will no longer be a threat to your camp.
Yeah, they thought you were dead.
I thought I was gonna die as well. Thanks to Morning Lord, now I can just go home.
Do you, by any chance, have a big cat in a wagon?
He stares at you. No.
If you do, it's not there anymore.
We've come across
I
some
will
strange
Take
things.
a note of that. Huh.
In
Tell me about
any
it.
in any case, the north wing of this place seems to be safe, so you should have a way out of here. Mind the stairs.
Can
Uh,
I
you
just
know
do
what,
an insight check on the fact that he's making a note of something that apparently he just
Yeah,
said
I also
doesn't
want to
concern
insight
him?
check that. No.
Yes. Okay. So both of you roll insight checks for different reason. Okay. Keldrin, he has no idea what you're talking about.
Still haven't found Rictavio.
Maldrath, he seemed to be telling the truth. As strange as what he said sounded. In fact, he was just saying it matter of fact, as if everyone was supposed to have known it.
Right, okay. Strange fella.
So,
we're
so
not-
my warning remains.
Just a quick question before he legs it or whatever. How many undead did you see? Can you remember?
It's kind of I want to say about 6 on this floor. It's hard to say. There was a lot of movement. They kept coming in and out. Like, I was looking around this place. I just thought, hey, I'm good. Maybe I can leave now, or maybe find somewhere else to. One of them came back from patrol. He was very angry.
Oh,
Hmm.
fantastic. I've got a thing for murdering undead. You know, murdering them so they're dead forever.
Well, great. If that does you, me, I don't. So I'm gonna leave if that's alright with you. I mean, if I can help you in any way, that would be great. Just as long as it involves me not having anything to do with undead or any fighting at all, really.
What's your name?
My name is Zavid.
Well, for the time being, I recommend you get back to camp and nurse your wounds. I suspect we have a lot of fighting in our future.
Sucks for you, I guess.
Oh, no, it does not, because it's awesome.
Right. Okay, you do realize these guys used to be renowned knights, right? Like Defenders of Barovia and all that? I mean, well, until, Strahd.
Yeah, I know.
Well, whatever it is, we'll kill it till it's dead, right, Maldrath?
Oh yeah.
Till it's properly dead.
By any chance, do you know anything about this place that we could use against them? I would rather not fight the entire place face to face, 1-on-1. So any advantage we could take would be much appreciated.
He sighs and goes, sorry, I'd really love to help you there, but I only know the general history of this place. I mean, well, you know how it is. Like, if you're an elf, you live a long time, and you don't really know what's going to be important until it happens, and I didn't really follow politics much. I mean, they seem like a bunch of great guys. I mean, they're all led by Argon Voss. I mean, we couldn't believe it either. I always thought it was rumors that they were just hyping up that their leader was a silver dragon, but yeah, sure enough, in their final battle, he transformed and made one last stand against Strahd, but the guy had more men, and eventually he wiped them all out.
He's stronger than a dragon? Oh.
Well,
He'll be fine. We'll kill him or he'll kill us. He'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna go out
in
of the room
fairness,
and keep a watch on the graves again.
he says, I mean, from what I gather of what people told me about the battle, it wasn't so much like he didn't really have powers back then, just a lot of men, and apparently some military smarts. But yeah, a lot of men. No one was expecting it because they were raiding some place, Volatile or whatever. I can't remember, but then they finished with that and came back, I guess.
Well, that is at least reassuring in one sense. In any case, I suppose we both ought to be on our way. As I said, mind the stairs. They might catch you off guard.
You know what? The least I can do is carry you to the door.
What? No. I can walk.
No,
It's fine.
It'll be like being a little child. Get on my shoulders. Fine.
Ah! And so you carry the Dusk Elf in a 5-minute carry style over your shoulders, with him kicking the entire time as you slowly head out the door.
You John Cena him to the door.
I presume you're headed out back to the main hall. All right.
Yeah, I'll rejoin the party after I drop him by the door, and I imagine he runs away from me at top speed.
Yep, he does. Like he runs out the door, taking a moment to hop over the trap step, and then just flees from sight.
I used to be an elf.
Okay, so after all that's done, I would like to continue clearing the room next to us.
Okay, I'll save some time after all that investigation check and say that unfortunately the rest of the barrels are empty as well.
Cool. I would like to go into the next room, just sort of take a look outside with Keldrin, and then nudge this door open and go in.
Okay.
Which one? The one in the previous room or the one in this room? Because there's a door in
this
room.
direction.
Alright.
So, through this door and then the one at the bottom. You push through the door, and a 20-foot-long table with sculpted dragons for legs stands in the center of this hall. The chairs that surround this table have backs carved to resemble folded dragon wings. The chairs have been overturned or smashed to pieces. Suspended above the table is a crystal chandelier that glows with a soft white light. Standing coves are 2 life-size statues depicting knights with dragon wings, helmets, and shields. Rainwater trickles through cracks in the ceiling, flowing down the west wall and adding to a large puddle on the floor. 5 sets of wooden doors. 5 sets of wooden doors lead to this hall. The doors in the northeast corner hang open. A pair of leaded glass doors, their panes cracked and broken, stand open between panels of stained glass set into the east wall. These panels depict silver dragons in flight. Beyond the glass doors lies a dark, misty room that appears to be a chapel.
Oh dear. Okay. So
Alright.
I'm going to go ahead and assume that this door leads back into the main hall because I can see the main hall from here.
Yeah. On both counts.
Yeah. I'm going to avoid the chapel for now, just sort of make my way this way.
I'm just
Can
gonna
I
perception check
see-
the room, if I may.
Yeah. I'll do that too, and actually I would like to do a perception check into this room and see if I can see anything.
I'm gonna check.
Okay,
the
go ahead and do
armor
that.
Statue things.
Yeah, I was going to check the
Okay.
statue things as well.
15.
Okay. Okay, and you're rolling well as well, Kildren?
I'm
Okay.
trying to, if Roll20 lets me.
It looks like it's popped up.
Okay, it just hasn't popped up on my end for whatever reason. Oh, it says insight for some weird reason. Okay,
That was the previous conversation. Her
Right,
role
right.
has not yet appeared.
I might have to restart Roll20.
okay
Roll
then.
20!
Oh, no, wait, it caught up.
There you go.
Okay then. I'll have to reconnect my chat settings, but while that's going on, no, wait, there it is. Damn you, lag! Okay, with your perception check, you can see that, again, everything has been damaged, probably from the same raid. Everything, but there's also been a lot of disrepair, such as the roof. You figure that there was some almighty clash here that damaged the building significantly, and you're thinking maybe it had something to do with either a powerful magic spell or the dragon. For Maldrath and Seth, you look at the statues. Unlike the other dragon statue outside. These ones don't have arcane symbols carved into them and seem to be just ordinary statues at this point. You can't spot any other kind of mechanism or anything that could lead into a trap. And as for you, as you, John, as you look inside, you think you can see some movement going around inside, but for whatever reason, the mist has seeped into it, so you can't quite tell all of the details. You can... There's movement inside. That's the most you can tell.
I'm gonna very, sort of signal to the others and just point through the door and say, "We're not alone."
Just imagine Ben, in his armor, clanking around, doing all hand symbols to try and communicate what's going on.
Well, now that I know they're there.
Okay.
Let's take out that blood spear.
I'm gonna set up a perimeter, actually. Not a perimeter, but a defensive post, and use this table as a turret, a la Colette from Horde of the Dragon Queen. For my light crossbow.
Do you want me to run in there, draw them out, or do we go in there and fight them, or?
We can defend this position if we stay here. I would like to that end, pick up a broken chair and hurl it into the next room.
Bottleneck him in the door, guys.
That's my plan.
Take this time before he does that to move to the other side of the door.
Yeah, I'll give you the chance to quickly move into position before he throws the chair. Okay. And with that, you pick up the chair, you make a moment, chuck it with both arms, and then there's a... What then follows is you hear the sound of a... You then hear a voice in the darkness yell, "Show yourselves, or face our wrath!"
No! Show yourself or face our wrath!
Oh no.
I'll call into the darkness and say, identify yourselves, and we might be inclined to talk.
There is a long pause, and then you have trespassed into our sacred home, even after the order has died. This is an honor. This is a dishonor that even in death we shall not stand for. And a split second later, a revenant burst through the doors with his sword drawn.
Okay,
and that's why we're going to take a break.
Alright, guys.
That is also a dope-ass picture I like.
We're going to take a quick break. But don't go anywhere. Stay with us. Enjoy the character stats on the break screen. And we will be right back. So don't go anywhere. We will be right
Shit's
back.
finally going down. The tension's been building.
Hey! Welcome back, everybody. Let's get this combat underway.
Indeed. Cue epic fight music. Roll initiative.
Here we go.
9.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
God, Maldrath.
Just gonna lay down a minute.
That's a strong start.
Holy crap.
I'm
Oh,
glad
wow.
to see that the new year has treated me just as well as the old year.
I guess I'm anti-Maldrath on the initiative order.
I think
With
it
that-
was
wow.
anti-Malcolm.
With that nat 20, though.
Yeah. Okay. So, I counter sheet that mysteriously closed on me, but okay, there we go. So
Alright.
I feel like I forget something. Oh yeah. So at the top we have Ward. Followed by them. And then Seth, it looks like. So
Oh, before I forget, I
What?
have an advantage on initiative, don't I?
Yeah,
yes.
because variant ranger, yo.
it's still good. So then Seth followed by Jean, followed by Keldrin and Maldrath.
Womp womp.
And above Seth would be them.
Yes. So, okay. As the first undead knight bursts through the doors, Ward, you're the first to react. So,
Alright. It's been a hot minute, so Ward's forgotten how to change his tokens facing. But with that in mind, the blood will start boiling. He'll look down at that mask of his former brother-in-arms, Crowley. He'll slide it upon his face and enter rage as a bonus action. And
okay.
Then he's
For the
gonna.
record, I'll do it for you. Hang on.
Good, thank you. I'll figure it out later. And then he's gonna shove that spear, the blood spear, straight towards that thing's face.
Okay. Roll your attack.
God.
It was like hovering over a 1. I was terrified for a minute. But yeah, 13 unlucky for some, and it's a +2 weapon. So yeah, it's 23.
Do we count as flanking, by the way?
I guess. Hang on.
Because that was sort of the intention.
Yeah, I
Good shout, actually.
think. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah. For some reason, the grid wasn't snapping, but yeah, I think it does. Yes.
The deadliest thing in the world to give to Ward.
Either way, still hits. Roll the damage.
There was a little bit of information there above the webcams telling you they've updated the hotkeys, so now you know. Thanks for that, Roll20. Yeah, there you go, that's a hit.
You take a good sizable chunk out of its shoulder. It managing to stop it in its tracks as it flinches. Do you want to follow up with a second attack or leave it at that?
That's right. We have 2 attacks now, and I'm pressing my push to talk key in the text bar.
Yes. That is another clean hit. Roll your damage.
Oh.
But that first level of fighter means I can re-roll that.
Yes.
Here comes the pain.
Oh well,
Hey,
it doesn't stack. That's 1 re-roll. So that's it. That's
Yeah, you-
stabbing it in his face.
Yeah, you stab it once in the head, causes him to flinch and reel back, and then you instantly follow it up with a second thrust and slams it straight into the chest. And it's taking a good chunk of damage, but it's now.
Alright.
And with that, this Revenant is on and attack you. Is going to turn around and attack you twice with its long sword.
Oh!
The first one misses.
It was hovering over 20, I saw it, but thankfully not.
That second one, if we go with the first roll, I don't know why it's rolling advantage, but the first roll is a
the
19. Does
is
that
definitely
hit?
Yes.
Okay, so the first blow comes in, you manage to block it, but then it manages to flash the blade round and bring it down across your stomach. You take, I will say, 5 points of slashing damage thanks to your rage as it lands the attack across.
Alright.
Meanwhile, this guy, let me just check movement speed real quick. Yes.
Stepping out to the shadows.
Yeah, he steps another figure steps through, whirls round, and let's see how.
He
That
didn't
is
leave the threatened space so they don't get attacks of opportunity, right?
Yeah, they're still within 5 foot of us, so we don't get attack on them.
Cool.
So the only way he can move round to your side ward is as far as he can move.
That's good,
And
because otherwise he would be in advantage
Can
territory.
I take an attack of opportunity on him, being as he's left mine?
Yes, you can. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Oh, and you have the luck blade.
That is a strong hit. Roll your damage.
Oh my
Nice.
god!
Yeah, small dress.
No one walks away from me.
Love it.
You say that as it comes past. You manage to swipe low, catching him on the back of the leg, so he stumbles, but manages to recover just enough to step round and start the attacking you, Ward.
That's good, that's what I'm here for.
The first attack, both attacks miss. The stumble is just enough of a gap to allow you to, just to alert you to his presence. So as he comes in with a sword, you're able to very quickly turn your spear upwards and block both attacks as they come in.
Get off!
Unfortunately, a third one then charges out of the shadows, and this time moves around towards you, Maldra.
Murder him.
Oh,
Murder him
hey.
before he hits me.
He,
Although
went
this
past,
time,
he went past my space,
Yes.
right? Yeah. I'll use my reaction.
that is a hit. As
Okay.
he walks past, this time you return the favor and manage to split your spear expertly between the two revenants and catch him on the shoulder, causing him to stumble this time. On to damage. Meanwhile, he takes 2 spear attacks at you. 2 longsword attacks at you, Maldra.
Oh no!
Oh boy.
That's gonna hurt.
God. Oh god!
The second attack is thankfully
This is like-
that's a 10, so
Yeah.
it misses. But
that-
yeah, the first one it comes around, the sword slashes straight across your body with considerable force, and you take 31 points of slashing damage as the blow comes in full force. But thankfully, as you stumble backwards, he tries to follow up for a second attack, but you have just enough wherewithal to turn slightly, so the sword goes king on the opposite wall. And at this point,
You're raging, so half, right?
No, it's on Maldrath.
Ooh. Oh, fuck.
It was a strong hit.
And last but not least,
I taught Maldrav how
well,
to
this
rage.
is-
It's fine. He takes half.
whilst all this is going on, you hear a growl to your right, and you see that Lily is trapped as foot and is now going to run behind this revenant and launch into a claw attack.
Oh, thanks, Shantae. That's Lily. Ugh.
Alright. Okay. Unfortunately, oh no, wait, it's advantage. Right, so she manages to land one claw or attack across the back, and then. Oh no, wait, wrong move, but never mind. That was meant to be a claw attack, so ignore that. But yeah, he manages to get a total of. Oh no, wait, the first slash manages to connect them with the body, but actually goes in for also edge bite. As she tries to get over a bite, the knight manages to lift his arm up and push her aside.
It's still flanking though, does that count?
Unfortunately, right, it's advantage. You're right.
Yeah, because I'm opposite.
Thank you for reminding me. In that case, he manages to get a bite into his arm and does another 6 points of slashing damage. So in total, 15.
I like it.
And that ends all their rounds. So, Seth, you're up.
I'm going to open with a hunter's mark on the one on Maldath at the bottom.
Okay.
And then I'll just go with a longbow. That one's already damaged as well, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, they're all damaged.
Yeah, the ones that weren't directly attacked took a swipe on the way past.
That is a definite hit, roll your damage.
It's only
I
30.
should have sharpshooted.
Yeah, you should have.
That is a nice lucky hit. As the villain flashes the sword back after its strike on Maldrath, you manage to land an arrow just underneath the armpit past all the joints and doing a significant chunk of damage. Do you have any other actions, or are you leaving it at that?
I'll
I
step
think you
5
have-
foot back.
I think you have an extra attack, Seth.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, at this level. Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah, I'll do the same. Oh no, what the hell? I'll go all in for a sharpshooter.
Yeah.
Okay.
The best there was, the best there ever will be.
That strike though. Oh, karma.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's a miss.
It always happens when you call it.
as you aim and go for the sharpshooter, unfortunately, the knight has had too much time to recover and is able to move out of the way of the shot.
Yep, that's me.
Okay, with that, we go to Jean.
Cool. I'm gonna pole vault the table and land on the opposite side of this guy for flanking, and as my bonus action, I am going to hit him with Unwavering Mark. Meaning that if he attacks anyone aside from me, he has disadvantage on that roll, and if he deals damage to anyone that isn't me, I get to make a bonus attack on him.
Nice.
Okay, nice.
So, I am going to do just the full straight up barrage on this guy. 2 longswords.
Okay.
That's an 18
Both hits.
and a 26.
Okay, both hits.
24 points of damage.
Dodging out the way of Seth Shaw, you see your opportunity, leap over the table and slam 2 sword attacks straight into his chest, and he takes 24 points of slam.
And as I do that, just to initiate my my unwavering mark, I'll just say, "You, eyes forward," and that's my taunt.
All right. He growls as if he understands what you're saying. And with that, Keldred.
How hurt does he look? That dude at the bottom.
All of them look like they've taken some big chunky hits, but they're still looking pretty strong at the moment.
How hurt does Maldrath look?
I'd say, looking at the HP, that was a pretty nasty blow he took. He's still got enough energy to go through a few rounds, but yeah, I'm having a hard time seeing the full HP. But yeah, he's hurting, but it's not crisis just yet.
Okay, what Keldrin is going to do, she's going to move over to Seth from a move action. And then I'm going to cast flame arrows on his quiver, which is concentration and lasts up to 1 hour. And you can add an extra... Wait, hang on. You can add an extra 1d6 to all of your damage rolls.
No, not more damage dice.
He's there with like Hunter's Mark, Colossal Slayer, and Fire. Like, too many dice.
And you get that on 12 shots. The next
Thank
12.
you. This should definitely put a hindrance to their livingness.
So pretty much, if he hits something, it dies.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's got Colossus Slayer, Hunter's Mark, Sharpshooter, Flaming Arrows.
Hey,
That madness.
I'm just buffing. It's what I'm good at.
You're the bringer of good tidings.
Yeah, I'll write it out for you in the chat just so you get it again. But that's my.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty, and with that, it comes back to the top of the round. Ward, you're up.
Okay.
I think you missed Maldrath.
Oh, Maldrath, sorry. Maldrath,
Please let him heal himself.
He's not dead yet.
sorry. That was my bad, but yeah, Maldrath, you're up.
Just today, like, hey.
I'm feeling all right, actually. I'm not dead yet.
I'm a British person, I am.
He's not quite dead yet.
I'm just going to attack the guy who tried to murder me. Not having that. That's out of order. That is.
And
That
you
is
have
a very
advantage
definite
from
hit.
me. Okay, so
That is a very definite hit. The guy was having an epic stare down against was having an epic stare down with John after his taunt. You instantly slash him right across the back. So that's 4 points of strike.
I've already
And
used
remind me, do clerics get 2 attacks to this level? Or?
no.
No.
Okay.
I've already used my bonus thing, haven't I? Or is that the reaction?
You've used your action to attack.
Yeah, and you
No,
use
but
your
I use-
reaction, so you still have a bonus.
Your reaction's back now, though, because it's your round. Or at the end of your round. One of the things. But you won't use your reaction, I don't think, right now.
Probably not now. I'm just seeing if I've got any bonus stuff I can do. I don't think I do.
Do you have Spiritual Weapon?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Wherever that's gone. There it is.
Okay.
Throw out a spiritual weapon on that guy, too. Probably not enough.
But a cool spectral weapon.
We'll get
I'm
him
going
next round
to-
if he's still alive.
I'm going to just bring a spiritual weapon onto the field. And whilst that's happening, if the flame takes down, you manifest the knife out of the air, and it's swinging for an attack, but unfortunately, after the previous slash to the back, he's already aware of your presence and manages to dodge. And with that, we now come back to the top of the round, and Ward, you're up.
Hey, so Ward thinks it's relatively easy to hit these guys, so he's gonna drop the blood spear and take out his greatsword, the silver greatsword. I kept one of my other weapons. The greatsword's written down here. And then I'm gonna hit the... Is it the guy between myself and Maldrath that took more of a beating? I don't recall.
See.
I think because they moved around. So which guy did I attack with my actual action last time?
The guy
in front of you.
Attack to action is this one down here. The one that looks more injured is this guy.
Oh right, okay. Nevertheless, I'll attack the guy in the middle because I want to like try and save Maldrath from death. So yeah, I'm gonna go at him. I'm gonna take the -5 on this weapon because I can with this weapon, and I'm gonna hit him.
Nope.
Thank heavens for advantage.
I know, right? So close to being terrible. 22.
Okay, so you 22. That's definitely drop the spear, take your sword, take a massive swing at again this guy at the bottom here, and yep, roll your damage.
Oh, I know what you're doing. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god.
I almost forgot the +10, but yeah. So yeah, lots of damage.
Okay, 25. Okay. That is a massive hit as you clobber him on the side. And yeah, whilst I'm adding the damage to this creature, the old 25 of it, roll it. You can roll a second attack.
I don't remember if I can do that twice. I'm just going to assume I can't. I'm going to attack him again regularly. Oh, wait.
I mean, you'd have an advantage anyway due to flanking, because...
Yeah, I almost forgot about that.
It hits. Okay, with that roll, it hits. So, as he's still reeling from the second shot, you come in with a second sword strike.
There you go.
Which does another meaty blow over to him. Like, at this point, it's like, you smash him, he hits the wall, bounces off, and then he hits him again and force him back between the doors this time. He's still looking at... he is looking really rough now, but still able to hold strong at a firm combat stance.
Okay, that's war done.
Alrighty, and with that, it comes round to them. First of this one will respond to the attacks by attacking you. The first one's a 22.
Yeah, let me check my AC. Yeah, that hits.
And the second one. Go with the first one to 13.
No.
Okay. So he as he you hit him against the doors, he's able to recover very swiftly and manages to catch you by surprise and slash you across the shoulder with his sword. But as he goes in for a second attack, you are now more prepared and able to block it. But you take, as he hits it, 9 points of slashing damage.
All right.
And this guy is going to follow up by attacking the werewolf that just attacked it. Okay, and let's see, here he's 11, so that unfortunately hit the second one. I have to go. That is amazing, but yeah, I have to go with the first one on that. So, all right.
Whole lot.
I'm gonna say.
Polar opposites.
Yes, that is really freaky. But yeah, he goes in with a slash attack that digs across and manages to dig into Lily's chest, and she lets out a growl. He tries to follow it for a second attack, and in quite an amazing display, Lily's head snaps up, bites down on the sword, and then whilst he's still recover from that surprise, she just goes and manages to throw his sword out of his hands, and it clatters onto the other side of the hole.
So cool.
Nice.
And with that, she, if I can get the right window up, is going to first launch a bite attack to add insult to injury, which does 4
Well,
points of piercing damage,
Injury to injury, let's be honest.
and then followed by a claw attack, which manages to hit for a 10 damage overall.
There you go.
And last but not least, this guy, he sees that he's surrounded at a bit of a. He decides to take the risk and move. Also, actually, yeah, he's gonna move up to here. So he takes an attack of opportunity from both Maldrath and the spiritual weapon.
A spiritual weapon can't make an attack of opportunity.
And also, he's not
Okay, so just
outside of the
Maldrath.
threat range. He's not outside of
Yeah.
Maldrath's
Oh,
threat range.
right, yeah, okay. In that case, forget what I said. He's able to sidestep out of your way and makes 2 sword attacks against you, Jean. First one to 7, which is a miss. And an 8, which also misses.
They're
I
rolling
have to go
so
with the first
many.
one.
They're rolling so
Yeah.
many. Not criticals, not advantage.
Yeah, in another lifetime, you guys would be marked. But at this point in time, he leaps to the side, but you have been keeping your attention on him all this time. So as he comes in for a slash, you're very easy. And
Nice.
with that all rounds up their turns. So we go to Seth.
I'm gonna draw
death
on my new
incarnate.
flaming arrows and go on the one that I've Hunter's marked already.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll open with a sharpshooter.
Alrighty. Unfortunately, that's a miss.
Yeah, let's try that again, but not sharpshooter this time.
Okay. Unfortunately, that's still a miss shot. There we go, second attack. That is a definite hit. Oh, you know. Nice.
Plus an
Is
extra
that
D6.
included in the... Yeah, I was going to say, for the fire damage as well.
So I was expecting a little bit more.
As you... Oh, that's nice. As you take the first shot again with the concentration. Oh, man. Okay,
It
so...
lagged a bit, it was just the first 5.
Okay, the first 5.
Oh
Fair
no,
enough.
that was
So-
1d5, so yeah, take the second.
Oh wow. Okay, so you fire the first shot again. He sees it and is able to deflect. And very swiftly, you follow it with a second strike, and it strikes into his chest, and then a burst of flame comes out of Syrian, causes him to wince as he takes a total of 17 points. Okay, and that. Do you want to use a bonus action or leave it at that?
No, I've got nothing to use my bonus action with this turn.
Fair enough. Okay, Jean, you're up.
Cool. Yeah, it is me. Yeah, he's still flanking. He's giving me flanking with wards, so I'm just gonna shrug off his sword with my shield and lay into him. 18.
Okay, the 18 is a definite hit.
And a 15.
That just hits. Rolling a damage on both. The flame arrow comes in. He's still insisting from the blow, and you swiftly follow up with 2 more sword strikes to him
23.
for a nasty chunk of slashing damage.
I may not have heavy hits, but I have a lot of hits.
And with that, he's still like he's still standing strong in the combat stance, but all of these hits are very clearly taking a toll. You can see all the slashes and you can see all the slashes, dents, and burns across his body. And with that, Keldrin, you're up.
I'm gonna toss a cantrip at that dude who's looking hurt. I'm just gonna produce flame at him.
Oh!
That's a natural one. I kind of overstate. I want to make it bigger than and it just almost burns my eyebrows off.
Well, I'm also going to say that due to where you're standing, you cast the flame, and at that point, a leak in the roof lands on it and puts it out. So it's like.
I just stare at my smoking hand and is Maldrath still looking hurt?
Yeah, he's about the same as he was before.
All right, bonus action healing.
Okay. You stay your smoking hand, look at Maldrath, and just decide to okay, and just mutter the healing words to yourself.
That didn't work. Okay. +4, I think. Keldrin? Yes. Okay, here we go.
Nice. So, your healing words manage to find your way to Maldrath and raise his spirits a little bit. You gain 6 points of health.
Hooray!
And with that, Maldrath, you're up.
Okay, I think I'm gonna try something I've not tried before. I'm not sure if I've set this up right, if it'll work, but let's try it. So I'm gonna hit the one that's already been absolutely battered and see if this. No, it doesn't. Okay.
Still have your spiritual weapon.
No, I meant I clicked it and it just popped up with nothing.
Yeah.
So that was going to be Vampiric Touch.
We believe in you. Vampire, touch that guy's face.
That'll do.
And that's a strong hit.
Do I get that on advantage as well, or do they
Yes.
count as?
Yeah, actually you do, yes.
Maldrath was a vampire
Good.
all along.
Because you're flanking with Lily. And yeah, both hit. As he's still reading through all the attacks, you follow up by placing hand on his chest. He looks at you quizzically, and then you start to drain the ill-gotten undead life away from him. Roll your damage, which I believe, if I can find the page on here.
3d6, I think.
Necrotic damage.
Nice.
I was hoping for more, but oh well.
Yeah, you start to drain the energy away from him, and jeez, and just manages to wrestle your arm away, but not before he not before he loses 9 points of necrotic damage.
If I regain half of that, do we round up or down?
Always down.
Down.
Always down.
Yeah, always down. So you regain 4 HP.
I'll take that, and then I'll swing at him with the weapon as well.
Okay. Wait, hang on. Is the vampire
Spiritual weapon, I imagine,
action or-
is spiritual weapon bonus
Oh,
action. is
spiritual
what it's
weapon.
tracking
Yeah,
with,
right. Sorry.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
Sorry.
Ah, come on, weapon. What'd you do?
That that is unfortunately a miss. It comes in for the strike, but he managed to recover just enough to bring in his sword up to block it and move it aside. And with that, we come back to the top of the round, and Ward, it's your action.
Alright, okay. And I realised where my confusion came last round with the one a turn thing. That's actually for reckless attack. I'm pretty sure I can Great Weapon Master, like, every attack. So I'll go for broke against this guy and attack him.
And no
Okay.
matter who you pick, you'll get flanking.
They walked right into
oh, no,
a
wait, you're
corridor
right.
of doom.
That is, let's see, it's
22.
definitely a hit. Are you attacking the bad? Which one are you attacking again? Sorry.
The one between myself and Maldrath.
Okay, yeah, and that is definitely a solid hit. Roll your damage.
Dear God.
That's a fair bit of damage.
Yeah.
I can reroll that too as well if I want.
Are you going to?
Yeah.
So that's 27.
It's an extra 2 points.
Yes.
Alright. If it's still there, I'm going to swing again.
Yeah, he's still
Equal
standing,
disdain.
but yeah, he's still standing, but like the other guy, he's still standing and he's holding the big combat stance, but the damage is really showing.
You rolled your,
I know, I clicked on the wrong thing.
That's still the definite hit. Roll your damage.
Okay, you want me to use the damage I rolled previously or just roll it again?
Actually, yeah, let's use that previous damage. So that's 26 overall.
Yep.
Okay, this guy's looking really battered now. He's just he's a complete he's going selling the slashes are dead, and he's now the signs of fatigue are slowly creeping in. He's going, "I curse you! I will not give in."
Well, then you're gonna die, so...
And as you say that, it comes round to them, and he is going to launch 2 longsword attacks at you. Does 13 hit you?
No. 21,
Okay.
however, just about hits more than 16
Yeah.
AC can handle.
Yeah, it's a similar move to last time. He swings the blade at him. You block, then you suddenly think, "Wait, hang on!" But too late. He's already flashed the blade round and cut us inside. So you take 3 points of slashing damage. So small nick, but thanks to your rage. But he still carries on. This guy towards the top. With his sword gone, he is going to resort to using 2... and I believe... Yeah, both of those connect, and Lily ends up taking... although, given Lily's werewolf ability, it doesn't do too much damage, so she ends up taking 3 and 5 bludgeoning damage respectively as he follows that with a quick combo of Lily glares, turns around, and follows with 2 claw attacks of her own. So,
This is a
Oh,
wrestling
blimey.
matchup I want to see.
the first one just hits. He manages to block the second one from coming down, so he
They're
takes
both
5
advantage.
points of slashing there.
Good point, yeah.
They're
We've
both
got,
Oh,
advantage.
got
right.
flanking going on there, so they should both hit.
Yeah, in that case, both hits, and he takes 10 points of slashing damage as he. And last but not least, the battered one is going to make one last desperate strike against Zijon with 2 longsword attacks. The first one completely misses as you parry it.
Hey!
However, he does a similar trick of flashing the blade and slashing into you. You take 16 points of slashing damage.
Brutal.
And with that, Seth, you're up.
Once again, draw another flaming arrow, and I'll, go for it. Attempt to sharpshooter and fail.
This time it hits. Plus the d6. Okay. So, to do some quick calculations in my head. Let's see. Fire the arrow straight into his chest. And the guy lurches and goes, I will not fall! And at that point, the arrow bursts into flame, followed by the rest of his body. And with his last ironic scream, the body burns away into dust.
Hey, he didn't fall. He turned into air.
So with that, he's now dead. And I'll take John's mark off him now.
With a bonus action, I'll move my hunter's mark on the one to the east.
Okay. So move that there.
And I'll double down
Okay.
and go for another sharpshooter on him.
Okay.
He's super weak though. Don't matter.
He'll be weaker in a second.
Again, again, you follow it up with another. You fire another arrow, and the second guy turns around and goes, "No, Sir Fritz!" And then you hit him straight in the head with a flaming arrow, and the same thing happens. He lets out a scream, the arrow bursts into flame, and he burns to ashes with the second ref him down.
We would be so hosed without Seth.
It looks like they don't like flaming arrows.
I like to imagine he fired 2 arrows at the same time and they just passed through one target into another.
Nice. And with that, John, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna back up Lily because she is literally the only person fighting a target right now. I can't get flanking with anyone, so I'll just do 2 attacks. Actually, before I do, second wind.
Okay.
Get that HP.
Following the dramatic burst of from Seth's attacks, you take a moment to steady yourself a calming breath, which allows you to get the literal second wind. You gain
9 points.
You gain 9 points of HP back, and then you use a burst of adrenaline to run around, slide on the table to get behind Lily and onto her opposite side. Make your attack roll.
A 10 and a 21.
Unfortunately, due to the awkward angle of it and the showmanship of it actually kind of alerting the swordsman to your presence, he's able to block it. But the second, you then smile, mimic their flash, and bring it round to his opposite shoulder. So the second one hits. Roll your damage.
13.
You dig into his shoulder for 13 points of slashing damage. He's still ill looking strong, however.
Alright. No, I'll save that, because I don't want to burn all of those, and I use my bonus action.
So, with that, we go to Keldrin.
I'll try and I'll sidestep a little bit so I'm away from the leak. And I'm going to try and to toss a little bit of a flame at that.
Go ahead. That's a definite hit. You step out, the flame produces in your hand, you breathe a sigh of relief, and then chuck it straight at him. Roll your damage. He takes 6 points of fire damage as it impacts against his arm, and he goes, "Ugh," and quickly dabs it out after seeing what happened.
That's my turn.
Alrighty then, Maldraff, you're up.
I shall move myself so I'm flanking with Sven.
Okay, I'll just get this guy out of the way for you.
I'll go in for
Alrighty.
another vampiric touch.
Okay, go ahead and roll with advantage this time.
That vampiric touch of that Maldraff.
And I almost.
It hits. He's as he's desperately dabbing himself by the flame, you touch his upper shoulder, and again you start to drain the life energy away from him. Roll your damage.
Ooh, vampiric touch. See how hard he dies.
No, regenerate my
You
shot
drain the
5.
energy. You get 5 HP back as you drain the life energy from him, and then pull away as he starts to turn around and try to rebel. Try to repel the attack.
And spiritual weapon. We'll
Ward.
see what happens.
Oh yeah, spiritual weapon. So
Fuck's sake, spiritual weapon.
unfortunately, it comes up and behind the spiritual weapon as it flies in.
I think it's broken. You need to get a new one.
This is clearly a very weak-spirited weapon.
Your rolls are getting worse.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And with that, we come back to the top of the round. Ward, you're up.
Oh, hey, yeah, let's slash at this thing. Yeah. -5.
Okay, so minus
that's,
5. That's still a good strong
yeah.
hit. Roll your damage.
Mother of God.
Okay.
Oh boy, that's a lot of damage.
You slam it straight into him, and it is roll damage. He's still standing though, although the hits are really starting to take their toll.
That's fine, there's another one of those where that came from. Ooh, only 16.
That's a definite hit though. Roll your
Okay.
damage. You slam your blade into him with full force, and the blade digs into his shoulder. He looks up at you and growls, "I'll be back, and I'll remember you." And as you hear those words, you let out a roar fueled by your adrenaline rage, and drag the sword straight through his body, split him in two, and bits collapse to the ground. And with that, the last of the revenants in this room is fallen.
So, for those who weren't keeping a tally, Ward just did over 200 points of damage in a single combat.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Vegeta's scouter just broke. Well,
And so the area grows silent again as the two of the corpses have been turned into ash. The last one is now in two separate pieces, lying motionless on the floor.
The others said that too. Beg your pardon. The others said that too, that they'd be back. Is that a thing? Is that
Well,
a thing? Do we
if-
like extra
We saw
set
them
fire?
possess one of the Vistani.
if they're
I
back,
think they
it's just
find bodies.
one more bad thing that's coming after us. Honestly,
Can we make a religion check or something to figure out the fuck these things are and how we can perma-kill them?
I would say anyone who wants to can make a knowledge roll, but Maldraff gets to do. I think Maldraff and Ward, because of their backgrounds, they can do it with advantage.
oh, I completely forgot about my background.
Yeah,
We've
because
been
Ward
fighting
is a
monsters
monster
so long,
hunter,
I forgot
and
that that's what I
Maldraff deals with
did.
these things. Yeah.
I'm assuming religion. would
Yeah,
be-
Maldraff and Ward get to do it. Yeah, you both get to do it with advantage, because Maldraff, the dead is your way of life, and Ward is
Yeah, I suck.
Ward, you've
Well,
not.
I got a 19. So.
Okay, yeah.
I just
Ward,
hit
you've not
things as
encountered
part
anything like this.
of the hunters. I just hit stuff. Maldraff,
Hmm.
Crowley found everything. I just hit it.
Hmm. Yeah, and this is unlike anything you have seen in Maldrav. You have actually come across many texts like this. You have heard of beings known as revenants. You see that sometimes if a spirit has enough of a hateful grudge against a particular person, their spirits that that selfish hatred can break through the natural law, and they will find a nearby corpse and possess it. And they will keep within 24 hours after that corpse, the body they used has been destroyed. They will come back and find another corpse that they can use. However, what's curious about this is that this is supposed to go on until it's only supposed to last for about a year. Normally, revenants can only keep repeating this process before a year before finally their energy to resist gives out and they have to go back to the afterlife. So, given what the elf has told you, the fact that they've been doing it for this long is troubling, because this is the first time anything like this has happened.
Well, the fact that death has been denied here for so long, it makes sense that they would have no problem to carry on doing this for God knows how long. It also means we need to destroy every corpse we make or find.
Push to talk, Nick.
All right. Hey, I mean, he kind of responded to my question anyway. Like, yeah.
Yeah, as if to emphasize that point, Jean just sort of torch light tosses it on the two halves of dead zombie.
These corpses were of the old knights as well, yeah?
Did they look like the original corpses, or did they look like they body snatched?
They could have come. The graves were disturbed outside. They could have come from there.
Yeah, that's where I'm going with it. Which means we're gonna have to take care of the graveyard, otherwise they're gonna get back up again.
Oh.
With that religion check, would I know just how much of a corpse they need? Like how far can a corpse decompose before it's no longer usable for them?
Basically, it needs to be kind of a solid form. So, unlike zombies, they can't operate with like broken limbs. So basically, it has to be like a fully
relatively fresh,
more or less a relatively fresh corpse, or at least one that's still whole. So anything that's been turned in, that's returned to the earth or has been turned to ash or is so decomposed that they're only a skeleton, they can't be used.
Do they have territory limits, or can they just go where the fuck ever?
They can pretty much go wherever, from what Madra's knowledge of them are. But again, the rules are slightly different here, so you don't know what the exact range is. But yeah, generally speaking, they can pretty much go wherever.
The church, is it still misty, or has that subsided?
It clears a bit as you step inside. There's like still wisps of mist coming in from outside as the door's been left open, but otherwise, the inside is now visible. And if I can first get rid of these counter sheets because I no longer need them, and cracked wooden pillars support a wooden U-shaped balcony that overhangs this stone-walled chapel. Narrow archways lead to spiral staircases that curl up to the balcony. And the door has set into the north wall has a wooden beam barring it. At the east end of the chapel rests a stone altar flanked by iron chandeliers. By candelabras. Sorry, misread that. The altar is carved with a rising sun bas-relief. Tall, arching windows set with panels of stained glass decorate the walls behind the altar. One of the windows has been shattered, covering the chapel floor with shards of colored glass to fill into the room. And through the floor, well, no, wait, I don't need to include that. You've killed the 3 lumen figures. So, you could, looking around, you see that, but unlike, you see that like the others, a lot of the room has been battered, but there is still a few bits of religious iconography here and there.
All right.
Right. I'll check out the altar, just investigate it.
I know.
Keldrin, how long will these arrows stay aflame?
About an hour. You still
Fantastic.
got. Damn, you only shot 4. Yeah.
Yep. 8 left.
You got 8 left.
Mm.
12 investigating the altar.
Okay. Let me just study. There's not much. There's not much you can say. The chapel. It looks like some kind of. There's a lot of sun iconography. You're not 100% sure what the religion is, but it's very clear that this was. It was basically used as a worship area. After all, these guys were paladins at one point. Unfortunately, you can't find much else about the. Unfortunately, you can't find much else about who these people are or what they were doing. You can imagine they were probably just praying.
They use ceremonial wine?
No.
Oh.
Oh, Maldrath!
Maldrath, you look around this and you instantly you can manage to compare it to some of the other iconography you've seen throughout Barovia. You realize that from your studies, they worship a god called the Morning Lord, and you can actually, without that 20, you'll see that you realize that this iconography is actually an earlier version of the religion of Pelor, as in this is a word they used to call him before he became the Dawnfather and gave the official name of Pelor. So these guys all used to follow the god of the sun and the god of light, or at least an earlier interpretation of him.
We worshipped him before it was cool.
Basically. So the fact that they've gone this far astray is kind of a tragedy in itself. But yeah, that's what you can gather about the religion of this place.
Concerning the earlier question of how long they can do this, a long time. A really long time.
A really long time right now, yes.
So yeah, we're definitely going to see these fellas again.
Hopefully not in our sleep.
John will speak up and say, unless by some manner we can find a way to put them to rest here, they could be tied to this place given what happened to them.
Well, being as, they're tied to one person that they seek revenge on, I think, one name springs immediately to mind. I think, if we solve that problem, it'll solve itself.
Wait, you're gonna kill me?
No.
Yeah, I will confirm.
No, my gentle friend.
Yeah, I was going to mention this because it was a bit detail that would have come under that check. But yeah, you figure that the only way is for either for them to kill the target of their revenge, or find some way to convince them to let go of their hatred. Those are the only ways you can get rid of a revenant now that they've gone past the usual deadline.
Well, next time we see them, we'll sit them down, give them a drink, and we'll just hash it out, and it'll be fine.
I did try to speak sense with them.
Yeah, sorry, I really wanted to hurt stuff, so yeah, my bad.
In hindsight, throwing a chair at them probably wasn't the best way to open some sort of dialogue.
Well,
really.
I've opened a lot of dialogues like that in the past.
You mean faces? Faces is different to dialogue.
Oh.
In any case, we still need the sword here, so we should move on.
Can I investigate the altar to see if there's anything secret about?
Go ahead.
God damn it! Can I perception and not investigation? Probably
sure,
not.
if you wish.
Oh yeah. Thank you, merciful God. I'm gonna roll shit now.
Unfortunately, appears to be nothing secret about this altar. This place really was just a regular chapel.
Cool.
Just a regular chapel with zombies in it. Or undead.
Well, okay, yeah, it's slightly different now, but
Alright, so before we move up to the next level, I'd like to clear out this room below us.
okay.
Yeah, is this a door to the outside? This door I'm next to?
Yeah, the north
outside?
door is a way outside. Yes.
Yeah, should we also check the graves outside? Is that something we should do?
I imagine that'll be something that'll take a while. There's quite a few graves from what I've seen.
Yeah. But...
We could just straight up get ganked if there are revenants in the room below us.
Okay.
Okay, so you took hey, and Jean, you as you step inside. Let's see. I just go to try and find the which room is it? Ah, yeah, number 4. As you you step inside, the rubble is strewn throughout this vast chamber, caused by the partial collapse of the rooms above it. On the pink marble floor, fallen chandeliers lie with broken chairs and other furnishings. But something else catches your attention. Webs are strewn across all of the corners of this room, and as you look above, you see more spiders than you can possibly count. Very large spiders.
How large are we talking?
As you pull open, they just go. They all pause and stare at you, waiting to see what you do.
Right, we'll give them a drink. We'll hash it out. We'll sort out this whole mess. But really, should we just turn around and get out of here?
I'm just gonna nod once and say, I think we can leave them be. That is what I like to call the Mighty Nine, or to translate, the Big Nope.
Yeah.
So, casually walk backwards out the room.
Can I do a perception in the room real quick before I exit?
Yes, you can.
See if there's any idiot trap, like something shiny.
Keldrin would like to peek her head while he's doing that and try and identify what these spiders are.
Okay. You see that there is a lot of rubble, nothing shiny unless you count all the different eyes of the spiders staring at you, all very tensely.
Like stars in the darkness.
Keldrin, make me a nature roll. You figured that these are not some natural spiders. You remember vaguely your mentor saying something that sometimes in dark conditions, in certain cursed areas, spiders could grow to be much larger than they actually are. And with your knowledge of the darkness in this area, you quickly put 2 and 2 together that, yeah, these spiders, they're still wild animals, but they're definitely not natural either. So maybe caution is on the best side for the moment.
Okay. Sorry. Going now.
And with that, the spiders continue watching you the entire time as you step outside.
Closing
and
the
very slowly
door.
close the door.
Also,
Thankfully, there's
wall,
no other movement.
Also, the wall was open on the backside, so we know that now. So if we surround the house, we're also gonna have to avoid them.
Yes.
Okay.
As long as you don't disturb their webs, we should be fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
And part of the ceiling had collapsed, so we're probably going to find more upstairs.
Yeah, the rooms above it had collapsed down on top of it.
Well, I think that went as well as it could have done.
I mean, no one died, so that's bonus.
Yeah, no one died. Yeah.
We've saved our energy for whatever awaits us upstairs.
More spiders.
These
And with
stairs here are the ones that are going up, right? These here.
The stairs in the main hall. The stairs in the main hall are the ones that lead upstairs. The ones in the chapel lead up to a balcony just above it.
Oh, okay. So never mind.
We didn't check that balcony though. Could be something up there.
We kind of should. I agree.
Racer!
Yeah, let's secure those. I'll follow Ward.
BRB wants to.
24. You head up there, and this wooden balcony overhangs the mansion's chapel. An exquisitely carved wooden throne rests at the west end of the two doors. Narrow archways lead into spiral staircases going up and down. Hanging from the high ceiling is an iron chandelier with candle holders shaped like tiny silver dragons. And I'll move you up there now, and I'll drag the rest of you up there as well.
There we are. The description of the throne sounded more impressive.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. What did I miss?
They
We found a
investigated the
balcony
balcony.
with a throne.
Yeah, I'm just going to move you there so you can have a look.
I can't see shit.
That's because I haven't moved you there.
That makes sense.
Oh, I'm gonna use my second wind actually, otherwise I'll forget. I think it's only +1 for me because I think it uses fire level.
There we go.
It does.
You should all be up there now. Okay.
Yes, 2 HP.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and I tell a lie. There are doors leading up here. Okay, so it's up to you whether you want to go back downstairs, see if there's anything you missed, or if you want to carry on forward.
I think now might be a good time to investigate the cemetery.
Let's
Lower level.
check this place now we're up here with the throne. Like anything unusual about that throne?
Yeah, I was just about to ask. It seems like a very strange place to.
Yeah, I'd like to aid any investigation perception checks that are happening, so advantage.
Yeah. I will save time saying here that unfortunately the throne looks perfectly normal. It just seems to be a chair. You can tell that it was either. It looks like it was meant to, for the leader of the knights to probably observe what was going on down below, to maintain some kind of rank and authority.
Which case, Ward will sit in it and potentially break it.
Thankfully, it's still it creaks, but sturdy enough for you to sit there looking smug.
And looking smug, he shall. But seriously,
Alrighty, so what?
cemetery. You know what? I didn't pick up my ruddy spear. That's downstairs as well.
Yeah,
Okay,
so let's do that and investigate the dead people.
Okay, I am just going to drag you all to the cemetery now, so bear with me.
And for those keeping a tally of what weapons I managed to lose, I am picking up the spear. It's not going to be like the weapons I threw around earlier in the game and just lost because I never picked them up.
Talking of
Okay.
weapons, can I pick up some of the arrows or
Oh,
get
yeah,
half back or so in it?
Yeah, I'll say you managed to get half the arrows back. The rest were burnt, but you are also managed to step outside into the cemetery, and
I'm staying
before-
at the top of the stairs here.
okay, fair enough. As you step inside, tucked behind the mansion is a fog-shrouded cemetery enclosed by a 7-foot-tall fence of wrought iron. In the northwest corner stands a mausoleum, which, again, like everything else, has the statue of dragons on top of every single corner.
Right.
Perception.
Okay, so
Can I tell
So
how
dead-
recently the graves were disturbed?
Watch the talk, Jonan.
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead and make me an investigation roll.
Okay.
while he's doing that, I'll be right back.
I like to just do
I
a
know.
perception to see if there's anything unusual. Well, more unusual.
Between
Oh,
unfortunately, the area seems like a perfectly normal cemetery. Well, as normal as it can get in this place. The other thing you investigate, and you see that only one of these appears to be fresh. The rest appear to have been unearthed a long time ago. Some years, one maybe even older than that. It looks like that these things probably popped out and are either still somewhere in the building or were lost to time ages ago.
What's the name on the one that's the most recent?
Sorry, what are you doing?
What's the name on the gravestone of the one that's the most recent?
Ah, right. The name of the gravestone is Sir Fritz.
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh, wasn't that the dude that we just killed?
Yeah. But
Sorry,
I'm just glad it's not like one of our names and it's like some crazy. No!
yeah, dude.
I guess we're gonna have
Funnily
to
enough, the
dig
next
one of
grave-
these up.
Yeah, I mean, could dig them up. Prevent them from being used again.
Do I have enough information in my time of being here to know if decomposition still happens at a normal rate?
Well, one of these was opened quite recently, so I don't think it may apply.
I'll speak up and say, we could do that, but a thought occurs to me. If these revenants have a grudge against Strahd,
And me.
it so happens that we happen to have something of a grudge against him. We could, provided we can open a dialogue and throw fewer chairs, we might be able to beseech their help.
They seem to take more offense at our presence being here than anything.
Yeah, that's quite right. They didn't seem that negotiable.
Also, out of character, Maldrath has just an absolute aberration of undead. So dialogue's going to be tricky.
Like, we can try if they turn up again.
I'm gonna try open that mausoleum.
I'll help.
Okay. The two of you. Oh, that's right. I'm on the wrong thing. Hang on. The two of you who begin to push against these doors, and it takes a bit of budging as it's a heavy stone building, but you manage to step inside. And inside, Tarnish silver-plated dragons cling to the stone. Oh wait, no, I've already read that bit. Inside is an 8-foot tall, 4-foot wide marble door set into the southwest, and the wall is engraved with a name, Argenvost. And as you step inside, the interior is dark and dusty, and you see 4 empty alcoves with raised floors. Etched into them is a verse in Draconic.
Oh, I speak Draconic.
Ah, in that case, you hear it says, "Here lies the bones and treasures of Argenvost, Lord of Argenvost and founder of the Order of the Silver Dragon."
Alright, so these are remains of Silver Dragon members, or well, but it does say treasures. I mean,
I think if we take their founders' treasures, we've definitely gone past the part of talking to them.
yeah.
This room is totally empty, correct?
Well, let me just check the description again. It does seem to be empty, save for. I don't know. Let me just check. Damn it, that's the wrong
It
page.
does appear to be empty. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, the four empty alcoves. Yeah, the alcoves are empty. I just wanted to double check. So the alcoves are completely empty. You can actually see that. I'll tell you what. Make me an investigation check.
Okay,
I'll help.
thank you. Two 10s.
All right. The two of you look around and you actually realize that you start realizing there's nothing here, but then it suddenly strikes you as strange. This is a mausoleum for a dragon, yet there's nothing here.
It does say here lie the bones. Where are the bones? Can I have a look around and see if there's places where the bones may have lain? Like if there's like dust disturbed or something like that? I mean, it's been forever, so probably not, but just
You can make
try and
one more
look for some place where like the plinths would have been or something like that.
There,
Go ahead and make me one more investigation.
I'll
Sorry,
join
there
in the
was a wood?
investigation.
is there like?
Okay.
Oh, never mind. There's a 20. So.
Okay. Keltrin continues to search for everyone's help, and you realize something. The alcoves, and particularly a spot in the center, it's like they were set up to have like the bones or something there. Like it was set up to be a grand resting place, but you see the dust covers on them. It's not that something was taken from there. It's that nothing was ever put into this place. As in, it's like they had all of this set up, but for whatever reason, they couldn't put the bones into this place when it died. So you're thinking that either... I will say with that nat 20, you start putting in your head thinking that either Argenvostel is somehow still alive, or he died, but they couldn't get his body into there. They dug the grave, but they couldn't put him in.
Theoretical question. Can dragons become revenants? Could he just have taken his body back?
I will say...
I'm looking at Maldrath.
Yeah.
I will say... Maldrath and say... not unless there was another dragon corpse somewhere in the area. Like, if...
Oh, so
even
you
if,
can't you can't die and then take your own body until that dies the second time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Well, here's another question. How big are silver dragons? I mean, would he even fit in there?
Pretty huge. In fact, if anything, I'll say with that natural 20, there's a central bit which you think, you're using conjecture because you haven't seen a dragon, but you're guessing that spot was probably for like the dragon's skull. So that was like going to be the big centerpiece where you would walk into the room, see the dragon's skull, but they were never able to put it down there.
This is weird.
I mean, I was thinking, like, did they build it for when he was in human form and then found out he was a dragon? It's like, well, he's not going to fit in there. We're going to have to find somewhere else to put him.
Oh, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say that
multiplying.
MVL knows more about dragons than Ward does. You're right on the money there. And for Leo, they can shift forms, because he knows that. So,
Well, the fact that
Yeah, MVL would know more about dragons.
yeah, but MVL can't say.
But we did know from the story that they didn't know he was an actual silver dragon until he transformed in that final battle, so...
Yeah, so you know that he did shift into human forms, and or at least the elf didn't know. From what the again with the nat 20, I'll give you this. From the setup, it looks like the knights at least knew, or at least whoever constructed this mausoleum know, because this was designed to be a noble resting place, but for whatever reason, the skull's not here, and it never has been here.
So unless there's like trapdoors to an underground bit? I don't think anything has ever been here.
And again, with that,
And if
20, I'll confirm. No.
And if they did find like another place to put him, then probably the treasures are also there. Like a place where he'd fit.
Given what we've seen of Strahd and his vindictive personality, I would imagine that he's still out and about being some sort of zombie dragon somewhere.
Oh.
I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but you know.
I
Strahd's not a
either
nice fella.
either that or he could have seen to, or he could have for whatever purposes seen to the removal of this creature's remains.
Well, regardless, this is pretty grim indeed. I'm gonna go out there and dig up a corpse. Heck.
Okay.
Does anybody have a shovel?
I just use what I've got. My weapons are pretty big.
Stab the ground.
Okay. I don't know what check
Rage
you would have to
dig.
make for digging.
Rage dig.
I'm not wasting a
Strength?
range.
Strength, probably. Or constitution?
Yeah.
For how long he can keep at it?
I'll say dex check with disadvantage.
Oh no,
Because
not Dex.
essentially you're trying to... I'm going to say you're trying to use your greatsword as a shovel, which is not designed to do.
Actually, are there tools around the cemetery?
Wood is not bright enough to check.
It's after a few frustrated moments of trying to drag the blade.
Well, we don't have to fear the revenants using these. They're impossible to get out.
Yeah, that's a conclusion you reach and just begin.
Yeah, if that's everything down here, probably we should keep going on, because if nothing has ever been in that mausoleum, presumably the sword was never there either.
Maldrath breathes a sigh of relief that he's not going to have to be party to like mass grave like defiling.
Well, we were gonna give him a proper pyre.
We were gonna
Yeah, I
put
mean,
them
the
back.
potential was there to burn them, but it's fine.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna head back in and
Yep, in and up.
I guess rally the party around the stairs in the foyer.
Okay. You all head back towards the foyer. And as you do so, make me let's move you. Okay, so I'll just move you there as well, Ward, and
Yeah, thank you.
make me a perception check. Anyone this one?
That's a me perception check.
Thank God for
Okay.
Nico.
All of you are walking along, keeping your eyes on the ground. The rest of you, Elgin and Ward, you suddenly notice something's not right. You look above, and you see that one of the chandeliers has suddenly lit. It's now taking on a full burst of flames until suddenly, and
Everybody
pardon me, it flares up, and if I could just find where the heck is that bit of music, I should have done it one first. This is what happens when you have too many music tracks.
We're all dead.
Okay.
Chandeliers fall, everyone dies.
The song he's looking for is the funeral
And
march.
No, the song that he's looking for is dun, 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 dun. Please don't sue me, Andrew Lloyd Webber. Dun, 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 dun.
There's only so much you can do until
Oh, that's-
YouTube gives you copyright as well.
Okay. So with that, the flames burst out until they suddenly form the image of this token doesn't really do it justice, but you see the image of a flaming dragon come out of the chandelier, it flares and hisses at you, and you all draw your weapons just to make, assuming that it's going to combat you. But then the dragon, the flaming dragon suddenly folds its wings and speaks up. My knights have fallen into the darkness. Save them if you can. Show them the light that they have lost. And with that, the flame bursts, flies forward before, and then it it gets hotter and hotter and flash. You shield your eyes, and then look back up, and only embers remain as it disappears from sight.
I guess that was Vardstaff or whatever his name was.
Argunavos.
Argunvost.
What?
Ivan Ardstaff sounds a lot better.
that sounds like a porn name, my dude.
I'm getting Slidey Bard fart from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Well,
Just to elaborate, just because it might confuse, Argunvost is the name of the dragon. Argunvost Holt is the name of the house. He named it after himself because he's that kind of person.
Well, he's a dragon. They're kind of, yeah. Could I, you said there's embers left. Is there, like, some coal? Is there, like, anything left? Ashes or something?
Nope. It's very mysterious.
It's almost like it's magic.
well, Jean will just sort of shield once it's apparent that they're not going to be attacked, and just say, well, whatever that was, be it the spirit of this place's namesake, or merely a magical effect, I suppose we were intending to do exactly that anyway.
Fire dragon!
Well, it makes a change. Something's not trying to kill us for once. I actually quite like that.
It was a dragon made of fire!
Give it time,
I know,
Lord.
it was,
Give it time.
It was pretty cool though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty boss.
Okay.
I mean, it's a good job it didn't take offense to the fact you're wearing a tapestry as a cloak. I mean, already a little bit there.
Oh, what, this thing?
You turn around and it's burned away.
It actually has some slashes, in fact. It's probably why they decided all attack Ward the first time they saw him.
Makes sense. In actual fact, it can be ruined because I'd forgotten I'd even taken it.
And on that, I'll just sort of I'll beckon Keldrin in because she seems uncertain, and then just ascend the stairs, keeping close.
I'm just gonna stay in the back with Seth.
Reasonable.
Unless you get attacked from the back, then that's probably the most dangerous point. Because if I wanted to take somebody out, I would go to the back of the party and take them out unaware, so they couldn't do anything.
What? Halfway through that, Jean will speak up and say, "Ward, you're not helping."
That's a good point.
It's okay, I appreciate it.
Lily moves towards the back behind you.
We'll probably get attacked from the front and the back at the same time by the giant spiders and the revenants and the flaming dragons and all of the horrible things in this place. And then Strahd will...
As we're walking up, I'm just gonna keep like a paranoid squirrel, like look around everywhere.
Paranoid squirrel.
Spoiled. You walk to the top of the stairs and suddenly Strahd shows up. No, I'm joking. Okay, I will just get you all in one group and move you.
Yeah, I'll go up front. I imagine with Sven as like frontline sandbags.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Gotta be the most unheroic thing. Sandbags.
That's what I am, though. That's what I am. I just take a big hit. Soak it
Okay,
up.
there we go. I've moved you all there.
Prevent water damage.
Yep.
Remove Lily's flying ability. You all reached the stairs, and I'm on the second floor, and I can move back to change the music again as you continue to climb to the second floor, and two stone balconies flank the main foyer. The balusters carved to resemble knights in shining armor support their elegantly stone-carved railings. Weapons and shields festoon the walls along each of these walkways, while baluster busts of handsome men flank the hallway that lead north and south away from the foyer. At the west end of each balcony is an archway that leads to a spiral staircase going up.
They really put a lot of importance in being pretty, didn't they?
There's a lot of handsome men here.
At least our choices should be a bit slimmer this time. We know to the south should be probably ruined, so I guess we just go north.
Makes sense.
That seems to be indicated. I'll move up this way and just sort of take the lead. Meet shield away.
Okay.
Door's here, right?
Yes, there is a door to a bedroom there, and then a corridor which leads further onto a door over here.
Yeah.
And these steps lead up or down?
Up.
Well, should we see the bedroom first then, I suppose?
I'll look into this bedroom here.
Okay.
Just like a visual scan.
Yeah, the door is already open, so you can have a quick look. Two beds with torn canopies stand against opposite walls, with a tattered rug lying on the floor between them. Set into the far back walls, the fireplace black with soot. A loud hiss issues from the hearth.
Wait, it's on?
No, it's more that there is soot, and the soot is also making a hiss.
As it falls down from the chimney, I imagine.
Ah, okay.
Fair enough.
Gonna investigate?
The fireplace!
Go ahead.
I would like to assist.
So, as you do so,
I get soot on my face.
you look up. You realize that the fireplace is actually blocked. The hiss is not coming from. There's no way the soot could be traveling down the chimney. And as you both approach it, the soot suddenly coils and manifests, and it takes on a small dragon-like form.
Oh my God, really?
Oh, it's so adorable! Don't keep it!
Oh my gosh, it's small, it's a teeny dragon!
Remember, Ward, start a dialogue.
Alright, I will pour a drink.
You speak Draconic.
The dragon, at the moment, it just sort of rises up, flaring its wings, making a weird hissing noise. What are the two of you gonna do?
Oh, it hasn't instantly attacked us? I will
Not yet.
stay friend
I'm
in
just gonna
Draconic.
stand. Yeah, I'm just standing back in a defensive posture, but making no moves.
The dragon, it hears your words, lets out a hiss, and then with a sudden burst of movement, it zips out through the open door, turns and flies through one of the broken windows here and off into the night,
Oh, I wanted to keep that.
off into the mist.
Well, that works. Jean will just say, at this point, I'm hardly surprised.
Everything we meet runs away. Bats, giant smoke dragons, spectral fire dragons. They all disappear on us. It's getting depressing.
I suppose we're just that unlikable.
In that case, I'll plug my head around this first bedroom.
And
Okay.
I'll go up here and secure this corridor.
Okay. As you step inside Mount Draff, I will just quickly for the contents of this room are between normal sized cobwebs on record. Between curtained window stands a black marble half with a sculpted mantelpiece, above which hangs a framed portrait of a handsome, well-dressed man with a wry smile and a thick mane of frizzled-down hair. Opposite the fireplace is a large bed with a rotting mattress and wooden posts carved to resemble a dragon. Across from the double doors stands a tall wardrobe, doors hanging open, revealing a dark and empty cavity. The only other piece of furniture is an overstuffed leather chair. That is the half.
Does the painting have a name on it? Am I going to believe that it's the owner of the mansion?
You you see, you have a look at the nameplate, and it does seem to say Argenvast again. So, yep, it is another one of the Silver Dragon's forms.
Can I do a perception check, see if there's anything out of the ordinary, anything worth looking at close?
Alrighty. And whilst you do that, Jean, this T-shaped hallway branches to the west, east, and south. 3 arched windows in the north look over look over the foggy grounds.
Fair enough. I'll just wait until the others rejoin me before I make it.
I'll also check the room.
I'll stand at the corner to kind of form a relay if anything goes wrong.
All right.
Okay, you look around. Nothing out of the area seems to be occurring.
Okay, and I'll leave.
Okay. As you step outside, a sudden ping rings from an unknown origin. You then
Well,
hear it again, ping, ping. You then realize it's coming from one of you. Specifically, whoever at this moment holds the other sending stone.
I guess I'm holding it.
That seems right.
And
Yeah, you realize it's coming. Yeah, you manage to ruffle through your pack, realize that the sending stone is glowing, and as you touch it and bring it to your face, you hear a familiar voice coming through it. A little hushed, but you recognize it as Leo's voice. We're on our way to the village now. I'm with Irina. Wish us luck.
good luck. Keep us informed if
Good
anything
voice time.
changes.
There was a pause. Sorry, go ahead.
Carry on.
There was a pause, a big, followed by, will do.
Yeah,
everyone
simple
else-
as that, really.
Arena's moving and
We got
What you
a
just said.
we got a text
Okay.
message from Leo. D&D style.
More or less, yeah.
Well, Jean, for one, will say,
Okay.
well, it's at least a relief to know that something's going well.
Don't jinx it.
I knock on wood, but my shield is metal.
If only there was planks on the floor, you could, floorboards.
Okay. So, from here, what do you guys want to do?
Yeah, I guess we just go forward.
To the left and to the right.
Okay.
I'll stick with Ward.
Mm-hmm.
Either
So-
or.
Yeah, go left.
Okay, as you head left, Ward, as you approach the door, there is a click. And as you step
What did I win?
Seth, I'm gonna need you to make me a dexterity roll quickly.
I told you the back wasn't safe.
I'll do
No.
my end as well. Okay, I'll tell you what. As you step on it, you don't instantly hear anything, but you suddenly Lily suddenly tenses and shoves you forward, Seth. Just as a stone wall comes up and blocks you, and seals off the entrance, trapping all of you in this corridor except for Lily, who's on the other side. And
Call to Lily if she's right. Are you okay?
she yells, "I'm fine, but what about you?"
I'll let you know. We seem to be fine at the moment, but I'm guessing there's a part 2.
As you say that,
What did I say about jinxing it?
you suddenly
I lie flat on the floor.
you hear the other voices yell, "You monsters have invaded our home! You attacked and desecrated our brothers! I see even one of you violates our home now by wearing the image of our banner around his shoulders like it's some common garment! For that, you will pay!" And you start to see, I can just get rid of something in a second. You start to see the manifestations. You start to see ghostly figures, or rather ghostly knights, slowly shimmer into being, drawing their swords. Their faces a mask of fury. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session, as you are now trapped in this corridor, surrounded by spiritual knights.
Oh my goodness, guys. We're
So,
so
you
dead.
know, sit them down, have some wine.
We'll
Hey,
hash it
Odin,
out.
may I quote you, Odin? Why?
Well, there you have it, guys. We're in a sticky situation between a bunch of spectral knights coming at us from both sides. Just as I predicted, we'll be assaulted from the front and the back at the same time. Yeah, we're in a lot of trouble. Things are heating up back in Barovia for the Curse of Strahd. We've had a lot of fun. Thank you for watching this wherever you've watched it, if it was from Panther Lear or Mixer, or from my channel on YouTube as a premiere. Had a ton of fun. It's been awesome. There'll be more Dungeons and Dragons on the channel. If you'd like to, you can support the channel on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Other than that, you're awesome, and we'll catch you next time on MVL Gaming.
Yeah,
Between a
Jules.
ghost and a soft place.
Oh god.